Oi, oi. Good to see you guys. Welcome back to the Flatmas Special. That is Flat Earth British, Martin Lee's channel. I'm just making sure I got none of that weird staticky shit going on I had last week. Welcome back. This is going to be epic. We're going to have a fantastic time. This is what we're doing tonight. Just give me a minute to compose myself. No, it won't be a 7-hour show. I got somebody in the chat saying, still flat, is it? Yeah, same as it was like fucking last year. Listen, to me, it's all really good because I know in my heart that the powers that should not be wouldn't have lashed out and fucked around all of that much like they've done, like all of these psyops in the last 10 years that I've seen, like spat them out like constantly, and all that money that goes into it and all of that, if we wasn't getting under their skin. You know, we hear them say all the time, don't we? Just a politician saying, and actually the news media companies, that the flat earthers are the greatest danger to democracy. I can't see how that is. Although democracy, my fucking ass. My God, Britain is, as we always knew it was. David Icke, for all his sins, he did tell us like umpteen years ago that we would be in a totalitarian state in the near future. But it's like what dreams may come, isn't it? It's just gone really ridiculous beyond belief. It's the end of the world. The world don't end, but civilization does, which is part of what I'm going to talk about tonight. The reset of civilization. Now, we witness, this is how we discovered all of this, that the evidence is on the ground, as in all the ancient sites, Basophilis, Giza, Petra. You could just go on of all of the famous Angkor Wat, a lot more recent, all of the famous sites out of antiquity. And they all have one thing in common. They've been wiped off the face of the earth. Something really bad's happened to all of the classical world. And all of the lost civilizations. I can't even count on my two hands how many ancient civilizations have vanished off the face of the earth. Ancient civilizations, it just gives me an idea of how many. I just can't even believe it. The timescales are obviously their timescales. We'll think about that later. But there is just, oh my God, it just goes on and on. Saqqara, the Knossos, fucking Hattusis, Babylon, Persepolis, Carthage, Olympus, Dolus, Petra, as I mentioned, Nimrod, Pompeii, Hatra, just goes on, Constantinople, Anchor, as I mentioned earlier. All of these sites vanished off the face of the earth along with their residents. No evidence as to where they have gotten to. Almost as if they just got in boats and fucked off somewhere along those lines. There are different ideas in the community of what is going to be going on. Overlapping timelines is one idea. Mandela effect as well is another idea. Trying to make sense of just the looping time. And I think that is what's going on, guys. I've been thinking quite a bit, actually. That's what I've been doing a lot lately. I've been giving my mind to clean out. It's a bit dirty inside there, and it needed to clean out. So I'm going to have a think about all of this. And that's what I'm going to share with you, my thoughts and my research of the week. Anyway. Past, present, and future exist simultaneously, like all at the same time. So if they're there in First World War, for example, in the trenches in that moment in 1916, they're still there then in that moment in 1916 because it exists there for them. And we exist in this 2025 moment. And in another, say, 30 years, that moment will exist also. We just haven't got there yet. So all of these missing civilizations might not be missing at all. They might have just not arrived yet. If history is looping in the way I think, and I suspect that it is, because they keep repeating the same narratives, what I think, guys, and it's massive to think it actually, is all of these narratives are played out with, like the Holy Bible, for example, the good and the battle between good and evil, and all of these prophecies and narratives played out in the past. I really think they happen every single reset, and I think we're doing it now. I think they're talking about us. Every time I read it, I think they're talking about now. They're talking about us. They're talking about the awakening, is what we call it, isn't it? The awakening, where we're, learning about the lies. If we learn to understand the symbolism, is a big part of it, and just their language, what they're talking with one another, then we can have a glimpse into that knowledge that they seek and they got, that they don't share, willingly with the rest of us. So we find it out for ourselves, and then we find out, hello, we've been fed a yarn about all of it. We're going to talk about a few things in this, guys. We're going to talk about the rise and fall of civilizations, because that is part of my narrative. We're going to look at whether or not it's actually physically, as in the physical world, to sell your soul to Satan. Now, in the narrative, it is a mythical creature out of the Bible or whatever, a mythical entity, so to speak. But there are endless narratives, from Faust to Richard Zimmerman, Bob Dylan, to the Beatles and the Doors and others, where they have done some sort of physical contract with an associate, or if they are really, really special, the devil, who is a dude or may not be a dude, wink, wink, turn up, and then they sell your soul. Now, let's just think about that for a second. So what happens after you sell your soul is you get all your riches, all your dough, all of the fanny, and then it's time to pay up your soul, your mortal soul, to go to hell for eternity, to play all of the bad things you've done out over and over again in your life. Okay. So exactly what's happening now then? Is that what you mean? Because this life has been utter fucking torture, like an actor all alone, a dog without a bone, as Jim Morrison would say. Just chuck the fuck in here to fend for yourself with a load of crazies in an asylum everywhere all of the time, trying to make some sense of it from, like, childhood. It's like, oh my God, fuck me, this is not good. And then just got to, like, meander, duck and dive the best way you can, just to survive in you. And it's not easy if you actually care in this place. I read something the other day about people who I think it was Keanu Reeves, as nuts as he is, he comes up with some good ones. He was cited as saying, you can tell the people who care and love because they're always alone. And you do. The people who are loners, the people who are always alone, is because they care and they love too much. And ain't that the fucking truth, guys? Ain't that the truth? And in this world, there's a lot of fear propagated, fear-based mind control. Obviously, the masses. We know. I don't have to, preach to the masses here, guys. You know how this shit's running. Okay, the fear-based mind control. The propaganda. What they do with it all. But with the hell and heaven and earth, heaven and hell narrative, which is propagated by the music industry. And the church. And what was it? One of the famous things that Anton LaVey once stated was, Satan is the best friend of the church ever had, and he's kept him in business for years. Yeah, no fucking shit. Good cop, bad cop. The Hegelian dialectic. There's no business without it. There's no business like show business, and that is what they're doing. So they're painting a narrative, okay, of when it's only men and women, okay, that there's this evil entity that may or may not turn up at the crossroads, offer you a physical contract, right? And then magic starts happening in your life. Like, you're instantly, like, fantastic, and all fantastic shit's going on, okay? So that couldn't be possibly the case of all his mind anyway, and that's you doing that. You're that shit, because you can do anything from belief, your own belief systems. Look how the placebo effect works. Look how this whole shit works. It's all about us. and what we think and where our attention and our energy goes. And if it goes down that road and you believe it, well, it's true for you. So they use that weird, spooky narrative over humanity. Yeah, sin, death, and the devil is the narrative they run for civilization. And you can, if you're not with the one God, when, you know, in my mind, there's probably oogles of them. There are in other religions. And what are gods? Well, they are others superior to our technology, because magic at the end of the day is just superior technology, and that is what they got going on, superior technology. And the others, where would they exist? Okay, well, I've been thinking about the invasion itself and how they actually got in here, you know, into this realm, you know, this sim, if you like, or whatever this thing is. Now, in the film The Matrix, when Neo is first woke up, okay, he puts his hand into a mirror. The mirror envelopes his hand and goes up his entire hand, and it takes over, and then he's in, and then he's into the pod, and then he wakes the fuck up, showing you that there's a reality beyond the mirrors. Mirror in the bathroom, please talk free. The door is locked, just you and me. The Beats. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the greatest, fairest of them all? Well, actually, it's not you. What do you mean? Well, there's this really hot chick lives down the road with 7 dwarfs. She's 10 times better than you, don't you know? Really? I'll have to see about that. So this is how that shit went down. But there is a narrative. There's more going on with mirrors, and I've honestly thought, you know, in all honesty, I've not liked mirrors since a childhood. I wanted to tape them over. I thought they were portals to other dimensions, and they've just stuck with me. I don't even know where it's come from, and just not really, you know, doing what they should, which is like really petrifying when you think about it. And then the fact that, you know, we talk to ourselves in the mirror like we're programming ourselves. All of us do it, guys. All of us do it. Come on, you can do it. And stuff like that. We program and hypnotize ourselves with the mirror reflection, which is a complete reversal of this reality. Funny that, because they say that the reversed reality is what Satan does in music and lyrics. But we're finding that, you know, the only evil that I've actually witnessed or seen in my life comes from the actual church itself. And all of these, you know, official churches, these organizations, are all doing exactly the same thing. You know, the people, I feel sorry for them. They're just acting like cattle and getting, like, you know, everything taken from them and their free will and money. More about the money. So it's about that, isn't it? And I notice these, I see this endlessly, you know, these preachers and stuff, you know, I'm a better human being than you. And it's always the case that they're not a better human being. Their morals stink. So I would say that when this contract is more of a spiritual contract, I would say that you have opted or said out loud or thought out loud, okay, that is that you would work for the dark side, the dark side. And once you've resigned yourself to that thought, all of that would happen. It's more a spiritual decision, okay, that they make. And once they do that, okay, that is what they call, I believe, selling the soul to Satan. Oh, that's what they will tell you it is. And we'll look into that, okay. But there is always this, you know, this third-party entity, the Christ figure, the, you know, the Lucifer figure, which I think are just personifications of the two sides of people's identities. You know, the consciousness is a negative bastard, always attacking us. And most people have such, you know, a lot of people have schizoid tendencies, split personalities, if you like, even me. And I think that there are aspects of our psychology that we are both good and we are both bad. But once you decide to let go of that moral code, again, it's, you know, to me, sign of a intelligent creator is that moral code that we all got. And we don't just cross that line. Yeah. We stay kind. We look after one another. Okay, whatever the cost. And if that you just dump and you move on because of your own goals and your own gains, to me, that is selling your soul to the devil. That is fucking chucking all your friends, your brothers and sisters on the fire. And I witnessed this by a lot of people 4 or 5 years ago. That's how I felt was going on. I felt like, oh yeah, this is the mark of the beast. This is exactly what they told us about. This is exactly what's going down. And I cannot, in all of my being, allow that to happen. My spiritual being would not allow that to happen. I would fight to the death to protect that right, to not have things forced upon me that are potentially evil, which they are. So I think that we're doing well in this spiritual battle. I really do, guys. It's just the opposition. They flounder and they flap about like fish out of water. They can't really resonate, or they can't really get the feel for what we're thinking. They spy on us all the time. We're monitored constantly. Yet they can't seem to, know our next move or what we're even thinking. They just can't get it. And they never fucking will, because they haven't got love and empathy. And this is where love wins, isn't it, guys? Because at the end of the day, I just see a day where, all of that bullshit just fizzles away. Opposition, because they create opposition. And I find that hard to tolerate. Did when I was a kid as well. I just thought, well, why can't you just get on with your fucking own life and just butt the fuck out? Just let everyone else get on with theirs. That's how I used to think, and I still do. It's just like, it doesn't make no sense why you just got an opinion on this and you've got an opinion on that. It's been given to you by others in brainwashing and programming, and you stick by it. Like fuckers in jobs, in work, that take their job way too fucking seriously. The bosses that I have had, I'll be like, whoa, fucking dude, what are you going to do? Hit me if I don't do what I'm fucking told? Yeah? Dude, you're taking your job way too fucking seriously. I've had that so many times in the past. It's just ridiculous. Through mind control and programming. It's just not doing that shit. Excuse me. Definitely my love. Yeah, well, love does win, because I've put it to the test over and over. I've encountered right psychopaths in my time. And they either end up disappearing, or they end up coming around and just, I've seen like right bastards just end up like showing they can love. Once you see that little glint in their eye, the life coming back, I see these people who are on drugs, yeah, guys, and breaks my heart, because I've been there, man. And you see the life and that spark just sucked out of them, yeah, and it's just what they do. It's part of this narrative, and they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. They want drug addicts. It brings in the money, man. They want people breaking the law. Otherwise, who's going to, the law courts are not going to run it. They don't have any jobs. Anyway, their jobs are going to be gone. AI will replace them in no time as well. You can tell. I can tell you that. What's that, Alpha Billy, my brother? Love you, brother. And Romanian Bear. Let's go and have a few shouts. So, yeah, we're going to look into a few of the narratives, like the Beatles. We're going to look into a bit of the Tavistock. Now, a lot of shit gets put on the internet, and years ago I read and stuck with it myself, because I didn't do actually my due diligence in that case, was the word Tavi, T-A-V-I, in Hebrew means devils. Only when you Google it, it says that Tavi means good or kind. So I was a bit confused, the good or kind stock of the Tavistock. Okay, well, maybe the Tavi is not Tavi as in the the Hebrew version of Tavi, which it really does appear to be. I don't know. So anyway, we're going to look into some of the mid-Victorian, if you like, punch cartoon, satirical cartoons, which show you the narratives of the Phoenicians, the takeover, everything from Gorgons, the Medusa, to fascist technologies, all the Phoenician stuff going on. Later on, vintage photographs, we're going to look into very Masonic, very Phoenician place, Switzerland. They don't have to have wars. They're too important for wars. They're like the Swedes. They don't have to go to war. They just keep all the money there and all the rich people. So, well, go on, be a guy. So I trust you all. I hope you're not all cold turkey, or you're having cold turkey. I didn't bother myself. I had a quiet little pagan, if you like, affair. I didn't drink a drop anyway. So there's that. Teely, ancient Norse, funny as you should mention Norse gods, because I was just listening to Hellion. Oh, shoot, excuse me. Brings cosmic weaponry and divine energy. The cathode Hatum channels the power of Atlantean technology. Yeah, I know. It's Atlantean stuff. I think that's just another one of those keywords that they use, isn't it, from Plato? It is a lovely thought of Atlantis, but I thought I discovered Atlantis years ago. I thought this was it right here in Wales, but that's just in my head. It's probably not. But yeah, so everything that we've been learning has been just narratives, I'm afraid. It's probably all written by an advanced cipher, Lewis cipher. And all of it is just a code for us to break. And once we do break it, if you notice that the whole of civilization has gone to rack and ruin, and Britain is on its ass. I can't even imagine what will happen next. Everything's empty, and the buildings that are not. It's just I don't even want to talk about it actually. But it is pretty apocalyptic, I must say, and I dare say other places are too. There's some places hanging on, but the rich are the people who hold the grip for everybody else to earn money for them. Must be shitting themselves about now. If they got any intelligence, they're probably running away, because the gig been up for quite some time. It's just been a matter of time. It's just a game. But the show must go on. The show must go on. Okay, so Kathleen Muscati's in the house. What's going on? I think they're covered in X for it, man. Bit of both. Lynn is talking to Marianne. Good to see you, Marianne. Dimples is in the house. So yeah, I'm going to share a load of pictures, be lots and lots, and we're just going to just do it. Fuck it. Greetings from Swansea. Good to see you, Simon. Went to your town city back in the summer and had a very lovely day on your beach. Keep that well hidden, don't you? Philip? Well, you don't keep it hidden. I mean, they just don't tell people about it. This massive long beach of loveliness. Margarita withdrawal. Well, that's your own fucking fault, Philip. Got no sympathy for you whatsoever, but I am a bit gel. I'd love a margarita, but I'd have to go to town with Christmas bastards, and I'm not willing to suffer that. So there's that. So I'll stay home. I'm not a humbug, guys. It's just I'm a realist, and I'm just not doing it. So I'm not in your cult for a start off. The heavenly fucking birthday cult. I just can't do it. It's just fuck off. I'm doing me. Anyway, whatever. That's just about me. What are you saying, Joe? Mathematically, time collapses. Ooh, I would agree with that too. There you are. Even the mathematical construct, which has been proved by other channels, collapses up its own bottom. Like that. Like my name today is Marticus von Bottenberg. Richard Wetton, good to see you. Hello, we love Swindon. It's a great little town, Swindon, except for Richard Gervaisi in the office. I don't know if he's one of you or not. So there's that. Shannon? No, I'm sure he's a lovely chap. I'm sure he's a massive flat feminist on the sly. They all are. Just hiding the fact. HWM, Liberty. Happy flat femmage. So, yeah. They didn't really do Scrooge, Matt. No, I'm not Jason of Wales. No, I'm not being humbug, bad humbug. I'm bringing the love and the vibration. Yeah, and my work's important to the future of humanity. When I say saving humanity mission, yeah, and what the remnants of it. So I haven't got time for fucking Christmas. If that makes any sense. Mighty at him. I'll have a New Year when it actually is New Year and do that. As a flatty, I said that in Welsh. As a fatty, I love my science. Fucking science, bro. Wins. So if not, if you check out the jet fuel, yeah. But jet fuel hoax is not like, it is really interesting, but it's not going to save anybody. It's just going to save people a few quid on flights if it all, which it won't. Comes unstuck. How have we not bumped into one another in Canton in the 90s and the early 2000s? We're living in France now with you, David. What's your name? Piotrowski. I don't know. Are you Polish? I was Estonian. Can you remember if you was from Canton? Rudy, the boxer that got killed. He was my cousin. Rudy Pika. Do you remember him? He was from Canton. You should know him, bro. He's a good boxer. Catherine Muscati. So. And 07, Spliffin' Baby. Ooh. And Ryan Indoctrinated, I did see Mosey and Pass then. Donna Hughes. Good to see you. So we're going to get all fluffy. We're going to feel all fluffy. I'm going to feel all happy. Fuck it all. Why not? Okay. So what I noticed is this. Just again, back to mirrors before I start presenting. The high streets of Britain, and I noticed America when I was in America. You had this this weird affliction too. Is all of the shops, apart from thrift shops, charity shops, and pound shops, are nails. Umpteen barbers, like there's that many men around to have their hair fucking cut anyway. Yeah, we'll talk about Samson having his hair cut and what stupid shit that is later on in this post. Umpteen barbers, okay, nails, tanning, yeah, and umpteen hairdressers for ladies to have their hair doing all thing, and they does brow tashes, nip and tuck, but that was more popular with getting his jugs done and that back in the thousands. But I'm sure that's still popular right now because I see a lot of them ones. It looks like they got Dunlop lips. It's quite scary. Everybody's eyes just must go straight to the lips, and that's not sexually attractive. That's not attractive. That's actually, I'm worried in case you explode and hurt me with an elasticated lip smack of an exploding lip. There's that. And it is all to look in the mirror. And not only that, to take photographs. Now, I can't convince all of humanity to smash their mirrors and destroy their mirrors, although I would love to. And there's another thing. They don't want you to smash your mirror. They tell you it's 7 years bad luck. Well, I seen a skip full of broken mirrors in Istanbul. And I'm sure the guy who dropped that didn't have 50,000 years of bad luck because he dropped a fucking skip full of mirrors. Do you get my drift? I think that's them again. They keep all these superstitions my mother gave me when I was a kid, because my mother was very old-fashioned Welsh superstition. Oh, I would get fucked up for breaking these rules, like hat on the bed. Don't put new shoes on the table or you will have your throat cut. What else? Fucking hell. Oh, effigies of birds in the house or an actual bird in the house. That will get violent consequences. And all these other weird fucking shit on certain days and stuff. Oh, you can't hang washing out on New Year's Eve, otherwise you're going to have a terrible year. Fucking hell. All right, who says? Them. So was them. They said this, they said that. Sounds like a bunch of sissies. Call the fucking wamblins. Black mirrors, skything mirrors, scraying mirrors. We've been talking about these for years, okay? And everyone's fucking got one. There's one right behind me, although that is playing psychedelic backdrops. It's part of witchcraft. No, they got everybody looking in mirrors, thinking they look lush and mundo when they look like something you fucking picked up off your feet. It is just nuts, this form of mental illness, where they could have been even just standard, ordinarily beautiful, because everyone is in a certain way, yet they stamp all over it with buggering themselves up with nose tucks and lip jobs and fucking brow tashes. It does. I don't get it. You know, it's to do with confidence. I do get that, but fucking hell, that's all programmed in, isn't it? It's quite sad to actually see carried out as well. Quite heartbreaking. There's more extreme versions of all that as well going on, which I wouldn't want to mention. But so it's all to look in the mirror, isn't it? It's all about vanity. It's all about narcissism. It's about that, isn't it? So it's almost like a magic spell, isn't it? That people just get hypnotized by their mirrors, isn't it? Though. Well, let's have a little think about all of this, because apparently, not that I'm an expert in these things, but there is a master plan. And the master plan, so they tell us, we're not fucking privy to. So we, to find out what this master plan is, have to decode the shit out of it ourselves. Luckily enough, I've got awesome decoders around me. Like Bletchley level. So there's that. Hoo-hoo. Evening, Chris. So you'll get on with the juice very soon. 500, 600 of you just shit out of nowhere. Thank you very, very much for being here. And there's Cheryl, who's my chief decoder. I've got a few decoders, but she's my chief decoder. Chris Marsden, good to see you, Flat Fumage. Mighty Atom is in the house, and Epic Travel Tube. So, yes, if we keep on going with truthing, and knowing the source of where all of this nonsense that arrives, like psyops, to just send people off on stupid shit constantly, then all will be good. You lose people all the time. They go off. They're like, ha ha, I'm gone. Ha ha, fucking Moon Earth. Ha ha, and they're gone. And other narratives that just shit out of nowhere. Number Q, I don't know. There's been just so many. Anyway, 16 Alpha. What have you got to say? Pills of Wisdom, son. Okay. Well, it won't be our disappointment because I'm ever pessimistic. I think that they're shit and our kung fu's awesome. You ever see when like kung fu, yeah, and you get stupid shit starting on him, yeah, they got like a knife and stuff and they're gonna fuck him up and he's just like, I'm kung fu. Yeah. That's how I feel our kung fu is compared to their kung fu. Their kung fu, this doesn't even exist. It's like, that's not a sword. This is a sword. You know? Make my day, punk. Blow your head clean off. So yeah, let's get into the juiceage. Mirror me. What's that? What was that, Mighty Atom? I'm looking in the mirror now. Oh, fucking hell. As long as it does as it's told and everything go, you know, don't want it looking back at you when you look away. And if you look back quick and catch it looking at you, yeah, you didn't shit. You didn't fucking film the Mirrors film. Kiefer Sutherland, I can't remember the name of. Oh, Mirrors. That was easy. Hiya. Lawrence, Mellage, Cheryl, Oi from Epi. Good to see you, Epi. Lovely. AJ, good to see you. Crazy Town. Crazy John. It's a Marty Farty party, actually, John. Okay, it's a guff off. Or a fluff off. Margaret Walter. Bulwark is very supple. Well, keep that to yourself, Margaret. We don't want to get involved. How do you even know that? Each their own. See, this is what we're like in Flat Earth British. We just let you carry on. You do you, boo. Thank you, Marianne's been awfully kind, sharing my stuff. And Kerry Woolley. Okay, right, let's get into some juice and look at some pictures, shall we, chaps and chapsesses? What are you laying on your bed alone? Last time I posted something like this, and I got the attention of a bisexual. It's interesting. You should share that with us, Mighty Atom. I hope you're a female. Sounds like, oh shit, fucking hell. Okay, I'm starting, George. Stop shouting at me. Oh God. Okay, stop shouting already. I'm on it. Fucking hell. People. Okay. Right, chaps and chapesses. If you can see that there in the screen, you can see pictures. I got a selection of pictures here from medieval art and medieval imagery, and they've always posed a question. I don't really get why they look like viewers of some sort, you know, like some sort of gadget. This one has love hearts and eyeballs, so I'm not sure what's going on, but I think all is good. I'm thinking, and the old Black Mirror, you know, there's Manly P. Hall said, once you decode this shit, you have all the knowledge you need. But this blackness, this portal in the center of this image, you know, it just sort of sings to me that there's a portal between realities, and I think it's in reflections. And enough movies tell us this is the case. And if you've got reflections everywhere, like car windows, shop windows, mirrors in every fucking phone, everywhere, you've got a mirror app, like you need a mirror app. Like you need a mirror really at all. me, I don't even brush my hair. I just go like that with my hand, and it just works out fab. It's sorted. As God made us. Okay, so you find a lot of medieval pictures, although they got a lot of winged beings around. I'm not really certain what's going on with them, whether they're real or not. I don't even know. But they have these always concaved mirrors, and I don't know why they're like this. You see them in Van Eyck pictures in this picture here, but you see like a demon's face or like a devil's face or something on the other side looking in like a viewer into this realm, into another realm, which is not that realm. You can see that is an image that was on this wider image, and you've got another viewer or whatever they are here, but this wider one in the middle. In this case, it's white, but with nothing in it. It's just a mirror of sorts. Quite spooky, I think. The amount of pictures that show us these viewers. You see them in reliquary, you see them in cathedrals, or effigies to them. It's these things. Some of them in pure black onyx, some of them in some really clear white sort of ceramic. I don't know what it is, I'm unsure. Maybe mother of pearl. But in this case, they're just like black mirrors. And he's pointing at it, in this medieval imagery. This medieval painting here. This is supposed to be what's going on in medieval life. It's nice and warm there, so they don't need doors. They don't need locks and doors because nobody is going to steal anything. I think locks and doors were the Phoenicians. I don't think we. Well, how do I know? Because locks are sea locks. They're the same name, so it's got that maritime connection. And you can see in the back exactly the same. This viewer, but you can see the columns in it, so it is sort of reflecting. But why would you look at yourself with a convex image, and it would make you look all. What I'm saying is that you're going to look at yourself in there. It's going to make you look like you've got a massive nose and all just misshapen and stuff. It makes really no sense. See these there always on with the Hermes wings, little flying orbs like phantasm. So John Baptista Porter and his book, and he really weirdly, just like in the Matrix, there's a few images I've got of this. He puts his, I'm guessing, alchemical experiment tool and actually into the mirror. How is that even possible? You can see this burning plasma ball below, which is, if you can see wings open, this is an alchemical formula that is the Phoenix. There's, if you just get them in the right combinations, red mercury is included in all of this alchemical formulas. If you get it down, if anyone ever did practice it. I noticed when I Googled alchemists, most of them actually lived in the 1800s. Isn't that curious? So yeah, this Renaissance picture here, 1594, and she's showing, it's been covered up by a green veil. And looks like a studio light. I just don't know what kind of light that would be. Maybe they got a hole in their roof, perfectly square, and if the sun is shining through, I don't know how or why that would be. Or one studio type of lighting, which is unusual for the Renaissance period. But the context is on this really, really strange mirror, which they are everywhere. Also, here's Hermes. He always turns up with his, in this case, he's got a little bit of a different wing thing configuration going on. No wing boots, just wings actually stuck on. But he's got caduceus in hand. But you can see over here this plaque. And out of the wall comes a fascist type affair that goes onto a lock. And then in here, it seems to be a load of beings. But this woman is turning into a tree, so this is to do with the narrative of Ovid. And that could be either just a reset narrative of one species turning into another type of, one people's turning into another people, or something to do with taking loads and loads of acid. Not they had acid, but I'm sure they had psychedelics. Another Renaissance picture. What are you doing down there, fella? It's actually tickly. I'm not sure what's going on with this Dürer representation, but apparently they kept people under their cloaks. Just remember, the writing's on the wall, guys. Yeah, God He put the writing on the wall and it said, "Stop fucking with my shit." Probably, I don't know. It might be more profound than that. So there it is up on the wall. If you can read Hebrew, you'll know what that says. It looks like ominous. So is it like literally a god? The bearded one that just sticks his hand into reality and puts shit on your wall? I don't know. I've seen demons coming out of the wall, so maybe it's along them lines. But I'm thinking it's some sort of viewer. Like you see with these Phoenicians, it's always the laurel leaf and it's always the mirror. They're very closely connected, the whole narrative. So I've got a sort of Phoenician mirror in my bathroom. Everyone's got a mirror in their bathroom. And as long as it does what it's told, all go well. But there is another world. You ever wondered when that you walk out of your door and the other you walks out of its door, what world does it go into? Or history looping. And we're not really. We're doing a Benjamin Button if we want to. I mean, we're not getting older. This new mindset that we're discovering is getting us younger, it's getting us wiser, and it's getting us healthier, because we don't want the same things anymore as we used to. Materialism doesn't even come into it anymore. And it's all of these old spiritual ideas that they used to talk about with keywords that are all taken over by consciousness societies one way or another. That is also sidetracking, and that is also soaking up and putting our energy into another place. And again, a third party, when we can just do a direct connection to the source and get the information that we need. Inspecting mirrors is a job I can really see myself doing. Yeah, me too. Not really. So this is this famous Van Eyck picture of this couple, and again, this really strange mirror viewer on the wall. Again, I think this might be a biblical depiction. He's putting some joy juice in some clay flasks. I don't know what's going on. Don't look like wine, do it? It looks like grey stuff. They got bagels. Guys. Bet they taste nice. But again, the old viewer thing up there, whatever it is, this strange. So they don't do mirrors like normal flat mirrors. They're all this shape. And they are central to the Phoenician theme because they're on the buildings. They are represented as what are empty plaques, but they're really not plaques. They are mirrors. And they tell us not to break mirrors. Here's and really interesting. I don't know what it says. I'd love to know. It says, I wonder what this program's about. It's another city through a bit. So is it some sort of, because look, it's just a massive round circle. Is it actually a mirror showing another realm? Or is this like literally the technology we got today and a large screen telly, screen TV, and they're watching just some crap? But I've noticed these as well with the Renaissance people, with their ruffs, is these pendants as well. So I really did think, for quite some time, it was just some form of technology. They're communicating, they're literally seeing one another, just like Skype. What do you think? Do you think we should get one? They're a bit pricey, love. It's like, yeah, but we can literally talk to people elsewhere in the realm. Again, Phoenician jewelry with a couple of brown Charabanouskis in this case, but made out of onyx and different stones. This scything mirror, this black mirror. Again. But this seems to be not her or not him, does it? Because he's got like a red turban-y thing on. There looks like something with a little piggy face going on in there. Oh, we've actually got horns in there as well. So, I can't even tell you how many of these images I can pick up. I got stacks of these types of images. Looks like somebody smoking in the chair on the other side of the room. I don't know what he's offering her there. It's like it's long, black, and it's quite fat. I don't know what that is. He looks happy. And this guy, he's got one of those viewers as well. He's looking at the same shitty city as well. Why would they all be looking at shitty cities on their viewers? If you've got Skype or a communicator, you reach out to people. But again, Maybe it's some sort of security measure. Didn't think of that. There's Jesus Skyping his mum. Hey, man, this job sucks, man. They don't like me. I can't get any subscribers. You got to try harder. What you need is some younger helpers. Yeah, you got to get to communicate with the youth. You know, they don't understand you. Do you think so? Will I get subscribers then? Yes, yes. You get lots of subscribers when you're dead. Another one, medieval with a black mirror. And a brooch, again, with this strange round mirror-like thing. You see them everywhere. This guy here, he's got a small one, and it's actually on his table. I'm sure he's not looking in the mirror, fluffing himself up all the time. There's something else going on. What does he do for entertainment? He looks at pictures of Mary and Jesus. It's weird. Okay. And there's this angel. So I did consider this, that angels and all of that caper actually do live in another realm somewhere, okay? And that all of this shit that we witnessed, that's amazing, what they call Tatarian architecture, is actually built by angels, okay? Or under the instruction of angels because of the divine principles that have been put in and all of the advanced mathematics that they can't pull off in the modern day, even with computers. Like we just all got stupid. Which is another reason why I think history is in reverse, because apart from the fact that all of the good stuff is disappearing, and the world seems to be spiraling into some crazy, chaotic dystopia that all of us understand what it is, but can't seem to escape, weirdly. So the church's main moneymaker and boss, apparently, is like a creature with this goat, and it's got horns, and it's got wings, and it's got a bit of everything going on, actually, isn't it? And the church are the ones that keep going the fuck on about it. You know, if I came into this realm and I'd never heard about any of this caper, I'm sure I would never have ever have known anything about it, unless like Satan came and actually visited me himself, which he did in my bath, which is a bit strange. But you know, so what does it say here? Okay, the serpent, the circling serpent, you can see on all alchemical. You've got the all-seeing eye, the eye in the sky, the triangle, the sun, because the sun is doing whatever it is that's happening now is to do with the sun. And you can see that it says we can create our own world. And that's what's happening here. They've sidetracked humanity to build a world for them that they want, them terrible fucking skyscrapers and all that nasty stuff. And before then, we were creating the world that we wanted. We've been hijacked, and we should take it back. We really should. The people that are here are good people, and they just want the best for their families. They're wondering themselves, scratching their head, thinking, what the fuck is all of this? Why am I going through that? And, you know, everyone seems to be suffering a lot in this place needlessly, when we can create our own world. And then this reset now, okay, this is our chance to create this better world. There's enough people waking up in worldwide, millions and millions of us. They got all these psyops going on to try and stem the flow of true love. Yeah, didn't stop them at all, did it? It's the DNA strand as well, isn't it? If that is even a thing. But, you know, it's like a Mobius loop, if you like. But I think that is along the lines. I think that this place, well, they tell us everything in the Bible is about the inner journey. And even the words of Jesus says that, you know, the temple of heaven is within. It's us. It is us, because all is mind in this place, guys. And there are two sides. So if people do nasty, evil shit, they can put it down. So the devil made me do it. But good people, they don't need to do that, really. You know, or they don't need to say, well, God, I did that because it's godly, or it's God is more Jesus-like. To me, I can't see a difference. You know, all of this, you know, Jesus promoted wine. Wine killed my partner. What am I supposed to actually think about this, dude? Think about that. Wow, Lord, it's awesome, this acid you gave us. Yeah, man, just keep looking at me. I'm absolutely fantastic. You are fantastic. Do you think I'll get many subscribers? Yeah, man, I'm definitely going to sub to you. awesome. Keep taking the drugs. But it's got a different representation of what's going on. It's more, yeah, man, chill. It's more inner peace, isn't it? You can see that I feel yummy look on her face there, or his face. I think it's a her. It's more like I'm feeling really nice right now. Yeah, I'm feeling yummy. I don't think the Christians feel yummy. They're all edgy and yeah. And let's be honest, these cults, and I'm talking about, I'm not even going to be specific, but all of them. It seems to be about having your whole. It seems to be all like sex related, and they're hiding within religion. Because I notice, right, that most of us just carry on with our lives pure normal, and any of the weirdness that's going on always seems to emanate from a religious organization. Isn't that weird? It's like, yes, Jesus wanted you to do it. Are you sure? Yes, you'll be able to repent later. You see how that goes down, don't you? Yeah. And Sir got Jolly Beatty with me. I don't know about the eye in the hand. Okay. So obviously this is a reality. You see this all the time, don't you? Dudes walking around with fucking things on their heads like that. But it could be a mask. So yeah, I'm sure that there are like strange cults that worship fucking entities and stuff out there somewhere, guys. Defo. That's happening. It's just they're strange as fuck everywhere, aren't they? So that's always been a thing. But I see this cult exactly the same. It's exactly the same. I don't even see a difference. In fact, this one's way more spooky to me. Yeah, it's their boss. It's like a torture victim. It drives me mental to even witness it. Here's Jesus, who's more irie. Yeah, he's doing little bunny rabbit faces because he loves you. Is that what happened? I don't know. Okay, this lady, she's Superwoman because she's got a red cape and she flies. As you can see, they got the dove from above. And always present the orb, isn't it? The holy hand grenade, the resetter. So yeah, do I think that the whole of humanity faces a judgment where everybody who was a total turd burger in this reality have to burn in hell? No, I don't. I think that most people are suffering in Britain, for example, like this anyway. Everyone is fudge fucked, guys. I mean, they're either in little disabled cars, they're on crutches, their bodies are like not how they're supposed to be. I'm going to fucking show you with that. There's something definitely going on there, but I put it down to the, I don't know, monosodium glutamate or whatever's going on with the bread. Something's bloating them the fuck out anyway. So everyone's just in their own hell, aren't they? So, you know, maybe all of us watching today in a previous life sold our souls and ended up in hell. And we're here now paying the penalty. But some of us are having a great time, so that can't be the case. So I think it's down to an individual perspective, isn't it? Like this horse, for example. Horse with straight vision, which is really actually quite weird. I think it's what you think it is, guys. It's really do. I wouldn't try really decoding this. But it's all about symbolism. Oh, he's got something there in the interesting. Imagine having one of them in your palmy around. Jesus, I never go out. And, bits of anatomy. Okay, stuff going on. Anyway. So, yeah, alchemy's the secrets of this realm and the decoding of the Phoenician paradigm. And that's... Jesus, that's a bit weird. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Let's hurry on because YouTube are very weird these days. And some judgment at the end of the reset. So all the people who've been turds, they get, lead poured down their bums and pineapples inserted and all stuff. It's usually stuff that's going to happen to your bottom, I find, in hell. I don't know what's going on with that. Just have to ask the elites. They probably know. But they got better music. I've shown this again, but it's that circling loop, isn't it? That looping of time again, or not time, of construct. The numbers game I can't really get to, but I've stated before, it states here that all in the laurel are good and all the serpents are bad. No, hang on a minute. But that's them saying that. Who do we believe? No, I'm actually starting to think that good, I might be saying bad. because a lot of stuff that is good is actually bad. The word devil is lived in reverse. Isn't that weird? God is dog in reverse. Here's a Solomon sigil, which is an electrical sigil, a charge, which all of it is. I'm sure Lucifer's a technology, some sort of electromagnetic technology in the construct, the light bringer. I think all of it is the bell, Z, bop. I think that one is some sort of technology too. I think it's all technology, is what I think. So medieval Lucifer, I think, is a technology. Now, about the devil and the deep blue sea. Okay. So Faust, it's a really groovy tale, actually, if you read it, Faust. You can get it in British, but you can watch an old German film on YouTube, I think. It's a colorized version. And apart from my son all of that, the, though, and they fucking language drives you a bit bananas. It's really interesting. So Faust, yeah, well, the protagonist of classic German legend based on an historical Johann Georg Faust. Okay, he was around in the Renaissance period. An erudite, Faust is highly successful yet dissatisfied with his life, which leads him to make a pact with the devil at the crossroads, exchanging his soul for unlimited knowledge and worldly pleasures. The Faust legend is the basis of many literal, artistic, and cinematic and classical works, and also the adjective for Faustism. Faustism is implying sacrificing spiritual values for power, knowledge, and material gain. And I would go along with that. It's what that pact is sacrificing your spiritual values, your moral coding, for knowledge and material gain, which he did. And many do. And, you know, they end up with stuff that they didn't really want, and slaves and bitches, and it's not good. These, for example, the survivors, or who they say are survivors, Fall and Ringo Starr, are repugnant to me. I can't even believe they must be just punished and made to do this shit. I seen a concert that was on YouTube with Paul McCartney, although I can't listen to his repugnant ass. And he brought on this weird little fucker, Ringo Starr, Mr. Starkey, to play an old Beatles song, like anyone actually gives a fuck. It's just the biggest marketing operation in history. So yeah, these are definitely Luciferian along those lines, and they will, you know, probably be along the lines with other people who are winking at one another, covering their eye up at the inner club, the inner circle of these people who are indeed Luciferians, and they've been given some certain knowledge, and as a result, these people are promoted, marketed. They'll hire loads of girls to meet them at JFK Airport, pretending people actually give a fuck about their weak fucking asses, because they weren't even good. They ain't even good. I can't even believe I ever thought that they were good either. Another Illuminati trait, drinking out of bone china. And some previous British kings, I think James was one, he actually had human bone stated to be in his china, but ceramics, because they know of upper vibration, it's all part of their ritual, and all of the presidents do it, and all of the elites do it. So these were a musical elite, weren't they? And they knew that they were going to be super duper famous. But notice the Phoenician decoration and Phoenician mirror overhead. What kind of fireplace that is. You've even got a pagoda over there. That's interesting. With the price tag still on. They just moved all this into the room, I reckon. This chair's shit. But yeah, they had the money to buy. And the curtains are okay. And okay, I detected the fuck out of that picture. Although I love Keith Moon, his poor autistic ass, he was cruel to women according to the narrative, which I'm not really liking at all. And The Who, which were definitely Tavistocks' finest, along with so many more, Bob Dylan. And you can find out, although there's been many people left out of the cover of Sgt. Pepper's, but you get Aleister Crowley, he's a big player, Do What Thou Wilt, Mr. Guy, the baldy fucker up there. You've got Marilyn Monroe, you've got Gandhi, Lauren Hardy, just all of the players of the paradigm, which push a fake narrative, actually. So many of you, as you may know, Paul got killed, didn't he? And replaced by this. These are waxworks. And they are in Madame Tussauds. Ugh. So yeah, there's no match, as you can see, in 1963. He was probably a nice, gentle fella, and he wouldn't go along with, the satanic measures that he would have to go to, lying to the public, because he'd be deceitful, while spinning a really bad agenda. So I think that was what was going on, and he's a completely different man. The whole Mop Tops transition to the hippie era. It's two different worlds. It's two completely different bands. It's just nuts how much they transformed in such little space of time. How could this even happen from 1965 to 67? Still boggles the mind. By 1967, here they are going across a crossroads. Although Paul seems to have his flip-flops, his sandals back on by then. So he's back undead. He's not dead anymore. Famous crossroads, see? So here they are, showing their allegiance to their ruler, their club, in the Yellow Submarine. You can see he's tossing up the horns, throwing up the sixes. They're all in the club. It's a big club. You're in it. Fuck. And the apple, which shows you what the shape of this place is, I think. And the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Oh my God, they're a terrible, worst thing in California. No, it's probably not. It's probably a lot of bad things. So here he is. He looks like old as fuck there. I don't know why he made himself look so terrible. He looked like a hobo or something. No offense to hobos. I'm sure they're lovely people. But, God, scruffy fucker. And all of them. Smelly fucking hippies. To hell with the Beatles. Yeah, fuck you. If we only knew. How very fucking dare you, Paul. Very fucking dare you. So there they are, pretending they can play music, the Rolling Stones. So Mick Jagger, she used to go to the London School of Economics. I don't know what that's got to do with contemporary music, but it's all connected somewhere along the line, isn't it? These art schools in London, these organizations where they find these fuckers. Oh, these look like they might have a bit of talent. Unfortunately, this one hasn't got too much talent. But, I was asking questions. Once the Stone Roses were playing in Madison Square Gardens, I'm like, what? The Americans even know who Stone Roses even is? That's weird. So, yeah, there he is. And they all do this. At Depeche Mode, they'll chalk up the triangles. They'll do the owl. They'll do the one eye. And all this Masonic symbology. Yeah, and like the crowd's in on it or something. I seen Depeche Mode do it, and all the crowd were going, "Yay, do the triangle, do the Illuminati." I'm like, "What the fuck, you donuts?" So there's George with a girlfriend. He pinched Patty off of Eric Clapton. She's pretty enough, but all that fucking deal, Jesus Christ! And you're as Oasis. Now they're going to come and fudge for Cardiff. Now look how much programming you got in the one picture. You got the wine. You got Burt Bacharach, like anyone gives a fuck. One of these weird mirrors, which looks like the ones I was just talking about, and the big fuck off globe. How many people got a massive fucking globe in their flat in Manchester? Well, actually, probably quite a few. Some Manchester City player. So that's the Oasis. They're another. Soon as I seen him in 10 Downing Street with his sexy girlfriend Meg, who he hasn't got anymore, by the way, drinking champagne and talking openly about cocaine in front of the British Prime Minister, I knew something was askew. And that was even back then. So yeah, how can this be, guys? Two completely different realities. They went from this in Hamburg. He ends up dead. New drummer brought in. He ends up dead. New guitarist in, who looks a little bit like him, not totally. Okay, and then on with the show with a bunch of fucking hippies, LSD, free sex. Woohoo! And we go with the next paradigm. And this is what it promotes. But look at the hula. When you're a rock star, and apparently sold your soul to the devil, which is really just the music industry, I'm sure there's not a goat in charge of them, but I may be wrong. Okay. You get all of the women, okay, and you get a baby elephant. You get a baby elephant and women. Hope they cared for that baby elephant. Just saying, because his manners, just like you could have chucked him out of a hotel window or something. Come together. I didn't really see the sexual context of that, but happiness is like a warm gun mama. I think it's definitely something going on with that. Don't know how many rock and roll songs are there when they say, I'm gonna go down to Mexico and find myself a little girl. Like, I've always thought as well, it's like, why don't they say a woman? Why do they always say little girl in fucking music songs? I know it's probably cute and all that, but it's weird, isn't it? It's like, yeah, I'll do it. All these songs. Tavistock Institute Social Challenge in the masses for a long time. There they are, showing their upside down crosses, yeah, doing their thing. And they know damn well what they're doing. Every one of them. He looks like, I just got to do it. The 60s mindset, because I see some videos. Oh, don't worry, that's a British school program I grew up with, absolutely fabulous. And the British mindset I noticed of the 1960s is you have some videos and people are woefully uninformed. They never had the internet. They don't know about things. How is this even acceptable for a cover of a record? Mutilated babies. There's one of them covered in bacon, which looks like flesh. It's just, yesterday, all your troubles seem so far away. And then they did the rooftop just to prove they were an actual band before they split up on the roof of Apple Music, according to the narrative. It was a cold day. They stopped the traffic and they played a few songs off the Let It Chitty Be album. And not very well either. The drummer, Ringo Starr, dressed in an orange plastic Mac. I'm sure it was fucking freezing with his orange plastic Mac on, but I didn't mean to get the narrative going. What? That was Ronnie. Ronnie, who's a member of the Knights of Malta. But they're all members of Knights of Malta. I couldn't believe it when I seen the Rat Pack, all of them. I mean, Sammy Davis Jr., who I loved, and Dean Martin, and Frank Sinatra, all members of the Knights of Malta. I was like, whoa, I see there's a picture. I got it somewhere of them all in the Knights of Malta. And Sammy Davis Jr., man, he was in a proper elite as well. Screaming talented, though. Sammy Davis Jr., dancing and everything. They all were, really, weren't they? I don't think Dean Martin was good at dancing. Not that good, but yeah. So yeah, these lot were well programmed. They were philosophical in thought, but they brought in all of the hippie movement. This consciousness narrative. Let's take mind expanding chemicals, and let us tell you what to fucking do, which is what was going on. It's Wilford Bramwell. Yeah, First World War. The narrative is he's a bit of a pede, but the narrative is that he was a World War I heroic soldier in the fields of Flanders, and here's John sniffing coke. Away shit. They can't write lyrics for toffee, can they, Oasis? I don't even think the Tavistock need to. They just gives them a pen and felt pen or a crayon and say, write your own lyrics and see what you come up with. And he just sits there and he looks at the wall and goes, after all, you're just my wonder wall. It's like, fucking hell, genius, Noel. Fucking hell. I tell you what, we'll give you an Ivor Novello Music Award. How's that? Wink, wink. Here's Noel with, he's a British person that is despised by everybody. Who is? I'm not even going to say his name out loud. So Brian, there you are. He got drowned. They got rid of him. They got rid of a few members actually. Let's have a look at. So Charlie ended up. He was a bit of a smackhead, wasn't he? He ended up dying a year or so ago, but his health was fucked. Look at him. He's fucking two sheets to the wind there, isn't he? And then you got Bill Wyman, who married a literal child and ended up on Michael Parkinson with her. And she was like a literal child. What was her name? Oh, yeah. She was like 16 or something. Prince, fucking, he thinks he's king of the fucking world. Okay. And Brian, who ends up dead in a swimming pool. But unfortunately, the chlorine swimming pool, the water that was drawn from his lungs had no chlorine in it, so he had been drowned, possibly somewhere else, but they just left it at that. And there's Ronnie showing he's in a club. They're all in elite clubs. Love Isn't Blind, it's deaf. So that was annoying, but his handler, she come in to fuck his shit up anyway, didn't she? That's what's going on. Another organisation or something wanted them. They were set to fail, obviously. This is how a lot of it works, isn't it? They earn what they can. They can see it's not going any further. They'll earn a load more money if they just crash this shit. And that's what they did with the Beatles. Greatest band there ever was. And they crashed that shit. What crashed that shit is this noisy fucker walking through the door. Honest to God, I can't even believe it really happened in reality. What's yellow and lives off Beatles? Yoko fucking Ono. That's what. I just can't even believe it's a reality. But anyway, so that was the end of Beatles. Another psyop. His handler gone bad. That's what I say. So there's so many personifications of John Lennon, isn't there? He's got long hair. He looks like an old man. He looks like he looks older then than he did in the 80s when he died. And this is what, 1967, 68. Yeah? It just boggles the mind, doesn't it? Look at this. Yeah? Professor Cockless Cox, yeah? I bow, I literally, right now, I bow to your intellectual superiority. Yeah? Why is the earth round? By Brian Cox. I think we should all listen. Maybe you'll tell us about boats going over the curve. Ooh, see this album? Yeah, in the 1960s, the Long Fat Wang Experience. Yeah, I think they just plagiarized the Jimi Hendrix Experience and just give it a little sex twist. Maybe not. Okay, I think this might be ZZ Top when they were young. So I love Gibbons. Don't get me wrong, I love Gibbons. But basically, on the Nickelback video about selling your soul, I want to be a rock star, he actually plays Satan in it. Yeah, so there is that. And he's dead as a dodo. God rest his ZZ soul. An afternoon with the Teabaggers, male quartet. Joy, joy, joy. So I'm from a different generation, you see, guys. So I've only recently found out what teabagging actually is. Somebody said it's like if somebody falls asleep with their mouth open, snoring, and somebody sticks their bollocks in their mouth, that's called teabagging. I'm not actually sure. You might have to Google it. Just not really up on things. I don't know this. I think that might be the guy out of Confessions of a Window Cleaner. God, I bet he got plenty of action. And John Lennon and the Beatles. Look at them. They don't deserve all that. Anyway, different times. People look really, really beautiful. You don't seem to see much beauty anymore. So Frank Zappa's a bit of an embarrassment. He's got the dress on similar to the one that Mia Farrow wore in Baby Jane. Not Baby Jane. Rosemary's Baby. And he's got like a little dress on, Frank Zappa, which is really, really weird. This girl here, I'm not actually sure who she is, but she's full as an egg. Oh, this is not. Jimmy looks a bit guilty. He doesn't look happy at all. He was in the army. Isn't it mad how many of these people are associated with military intelligence, naval intelligence, excuse me, like him, for example, paratrooper. They sent Elvis off for military training in Germany, get him out of the way, get him trained. Jim Morrison, his father, was an admiral in the US Navy, very powerful indeed. So a lot of them have military connections, I've noticed. So, God. Anyway, he's getting his penance now, so there's that. It's nice to watch him wrinkle up and fuck up. Look at Frank Zappa in his recording studio. Yeah, he's like, fuck me, this business is awesome. I'll just lack it up while I can. And he died. He went out a burning star, didn't he? He talked a lot of truth, and I really dig Frank Zappa. I will be honest with you, but wow, he smashed it, didn't he? Be Cruiser. I don't think they're Illuminati madness, but I do love madness. 60s. They were great. I was born in the 60s, don't you know? Yeah, so these are going to play their comeback gig in Cardiff next year to start off their world tour of Who Gives a Fuck. They're charging $13 million for each ticket. And people have actually paid stuff as well. When you can get them outside that day off touts for like a tenner or something. Feelings and how to destroy them. easy to do. Yeah, see you, yeah. Right, we're going on a photo shoot today. What are we going to do? Well, we're going to give you a load of meat and dolls, and you're going to tangle them all up so it looks like mutilated babies, okay? And you're going to dress as doctors. Anything to do with music? I feel not. Anything to do with goodness and wholesome living? I feel not. Pretty satanic. So here we are. Look at this fucking story. Oh, I love this one. Mia fucking Farrow. Check her out. So Mia Farrow, right? Check her fucking shag list. She was going out with or married to Frank Sinatra. She's younger than fucking Frank Sinatra's daughter. It's just crazy. Anyway, so Maharishi here is a little Maharishi man. Yeah, it goes, I got something under my skirt to show you, Mia. So basically, apparently, Mia shagged. It's hard to believe, I know, guys. Maharishi, so bringing down an entire cult and really fucking up an entire religion. So here's Donovan, yeah. He practiced witchcraft and LSD for a fortnight and then wrote about it for the next 30 fucking years. Him. Oh, I liked her there. That's their Patty, isn't it? I don't know who that one is, but she's definitely in the gang of super fans. He looks like Ginger Baker. I don't know. Okay. Here's Paul. So they did Semaphore on the cover of the Help cover. Pink Floyd. So again, the same narrative. How many of these have they fudged out of the way? Have a Coke in the background, for nicely placed here in Piccadilly Circus in London. So his name is Mason, no coinky dink, and poor old Sid Barrett. Yeah, he ended up like taking, they say, too many LSD and went all nutty. But I definitely think something really bad happened to him. And you're a much better talented band, although they look a bit, like they wear sweet pants. This is the Kinks. They were absolutely fantastic. They wanked all over the Beatles, musically, I mean, not in reality. I don't know, who knows. So I hope you enjoyed my Tavistock breakdowns. I'm Mac. Do you want to find out all of the stuff? I'm Mac. Devlin is the guy you want to go and listen to. He's wrote loads of books on this sort of stuff. Beat Your Breasts, the Ovarian Sisters. That's a record cover. So look at the state of Mr. fucking Tavistock with his little China cuppy. Yeah. Cool. I bet they made him do some nasty things. And Jimmy Page. So he buys Aleister Crowley's house up on Loch Ness. It's the Beast's house. There's a long story. It ended up in flames and everything. Apparently, you can go and live in there. It was too spooky. And he's done some sort of ritual with the devil. And apparently, he's got a sigil and a guardian angel called Zuzu. And apparently, he, according to the narrative of the drummer who is now dead of Led Zeppelin, as we all know and love, he said that they never sold their soul, and neither did Robert Plant, who was planted. He sold his soul, and then they just got all like brushed into it. Look at his fucking Rupert the Bear pants. Listen, mate, you come around my way like dressed like that, you want to last 2 fucking minutes. Now with Rupert the Bear trousers on, and here they are, the Beatles. Yay! In mind your language, that wouldn't be allowed in a modern day. Didn't come knocking your door. And the actors. So we got them all repeated, haven't we? We got Bill Nye Science Guy. It was actually Oscar Wilde. Yeah, I wondered about where that come from. So you can see Tavistock's finest. Yeah, all well behaved. Look at that! Look at that sign behind. That's disgusting. Who had done that? Look, it's like psychedelic vagina. I'm sure it's not meant to be. No, probably is. Look at him. Look at his hair. This is what it's like to be free. Yeah, guys. Just like look like the Hair Bear Bunch. Yeah. There was no Brazilian fanny trims in them days, guys. It was big beavers in the 60s and 70s. How they're meant to be. How God made women. Yeah. Stars of the bars. Very nice. They made them wear them. It's part of the narrative as well. So he went all Hare Krishna, ended up stabbed by a super fan, didn't he? Oh, wangy, wangy, oh, wangy, wangy. So I'm sure that his meditations took him straight into the hands of Krishna. on leaving this place. So, Mr. Contz. Yeah. Just don't hire him as your babysitter. Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. So there's a narrative that they got busted by the drug squad, the Rolling Stones. And Marion Faithfull, apparently she had I'm not going to tell you where she had a Mars bar inserted. Use your own imagination. But that's what the police said. I don't believe it. Somebody actually thought I looked like John Lennon back in the day, and they sent me a picture. So much I don't think so. Ow. Okay. You're some boy's going to come and rough you up for not liking the Beatles. Okay. So more Tavistock nonsense. Okay, so we've done Faust, we've done the Beatles. Now we're going to look at Punch, which is a satirical rag, if you like, that deals in colonial and political problems, but it's using, I think they're really cluey. So you got the Arabs down here, okay, with big fuck off guns, okay, and you got these lot over here, they're lighting fires under our victorious column, where all of the people that literally the admirals and the globe up there was interesting. They're like literally running for their lives. So what exactly is that saying? Balloons are getting shot down, the Tatarian travel. It's almost as if we got taken over, isn't it? Hey-ho. Anyway, let's have a look. These are really beautiful depictions, actually. Let me just check out how many people are watching, if there's anyone here at all. There is. There's 752 of you watching. That is stonking. I hope you're enjoying the show so far. We got lots to go, guys. This is our Happy Flatterday, Flatmas special. Okay? That's what we're doing. Right, then let's have a look. So the Gorgon's interesting. It's a little Gorgon. It's got the Liberté French colours around. And the man in the red satin chair with the Parisian hat seems to be in charge of this Gorgon. Now, I've seen this image before with the Gorgon relating to the EM, electromagnetism. Check out the demon there with the bloody tongue and the chains. Yeah, it's pretty fucking bad, some things that are happening. I watched a video only yesterday of, President Assad has been ousted a month or so ago. He's fucked off to Moscow back with his fucking employees. Who do you think employs Zelensky though? That I don't think so. I think because he's opposing Russia in such a way. I think Zelensky, because what is he? He's a little guy out of fucking Ukraine's Got Talent that was dressed in a leotard, to put things in perspective. Little guy, and then he's like some sort of fucking warlord in a battle, in a war, for fuck's sake. So there's something going on there. So who pays his bills? Who pays for that to go on? So yeah, this is the narrative. These big needles in this, and it's administering a certain type of medication, which was a big narrative back then. Okay, ignorance, folly, blasphemy. Oh, be fucked. Foolery, indulgence, and blasphemy again. Well, blasphemy twice. I had a guy in London in Speaker's Corner, and he literally was just like the movies. He pointed at me and he went, "Blasphemer!" in a Scottish accent. I was like, "You're making this fucking up, aren't you?" I got it on video. He said I was a blasphemer. Oh, well. The thing is I'm good, but I am naughty as well. And I'm happy to be, because I'm embracing. There's too many people in this place that they're all fucked up and mental because they're running away from their actual true being. It's really strange. And all through social engineering or whatever is the society's, conventionalism, and going with that. And then they spend their entire life like, oh, fuck that mental. Well, whatever. Hospice of incurables. So you've got Hermes. He's an incurable, crazy person. This guy who thinks he's a sphinx. His name's Hoffman. Oh, the inventor of LSD. Thank you for that. Hoffman. Santos Laboratories. Oh. She looks like Captain America, the female version. Arcadio there has no face, and he has no crown. Oh, woe is him with the craziness. So yeah, that's another thing, isn't it? Mental illness, that's increased tenfold. But when it is really confusing realm and there's so much shit going on and people just do it themselves. But you've got to go through insanity to become really sane, I think. I've been nuts. I've lost control a lot in the past, and another person has completely taken over me. And I've just been like, on a fucking destructive path. I'm in the past. All gone now, thankfully. But that was strange. That was really strange. It was so un-me as well. Just like I was possessed by something. Whatever it is, it's gone. And it went. When I got into Flat Earth. Flat Earth cured me. Flat Earth saved my fucking life. And not me, only me, others as well. No doubt about it. Because then, see, there's more going on. And they're fucking lying. I don't care about what's gone on in the last couple of weeks or so. This doesn't mean anything to me. It's just a money maker for them all. I hope they all have you spending it. Because it means nothing to your flat earther. Still can't shit a curve out. And they are lying about everything they're doing with the IFS and everything else. So there is that, isn't there? Okay, there's not too much strangeness going on in Antarctica that we give a fuck about. And whatever. I didn't actually, myself personally, say that was a model that was realistic, because they haven't got a model. We haven't got a model. And the flat earth model was only a projection. The 80s a projection anyway, an estimation. It was never a real thing. So obviously there's something else going on. Big fucking deal. Oh my God, the stake people going. So this is what you had done in the 1700s, the barber shop. You end up in one of the pasties if you're really unlucky. You go into Sweeney Todd's, for example. So yeah, they had wigs because apparently all of them had syphilis. But I think it was some sort of radiation poisoning that makes their hair fall out because of what was going on at the time. So the narratives that are going on now, the rainbowy ones, I don't think they were old at all. You can see this guy's getting ready to be Mildred. He's Mildred on a Wednesday. He sticks his fake titties on. He's got a fake big bum as well. He's keeping an eye on that, making sure it's nice and plump. And he's going to go out on the street and pretend he's a lady. So that's been ongoing. He's a lady. But that's Hermetics, isn't it? Because Hermes was a hermaphrodite. And a part of the Hermetic faith, what they practice, these people who are ruling us, the largest in the world, so that's obviously something to do with dicks, and positive charge. So we got two Tesla coils here sparking at one another. That's interesting, isn't it? Battery. So, guys, if there was an elixir available that would give you eternal life, would you take it? Because even if the drink ensured eternal youth and health as well, would you take it? If it was in this realm the way it is now? Well, it's a difficult decision, isn't it? A lot of people are living in the lap of luxury, and but everyone's seems to have some sort of psychological hiccups, usually family traumas, things like that, or just shit that other people have done to us mostly, isn't it? Sex shit, gaslighting shit, psycho shit. Everyone in this place has been subject to some weird stuff going on. And we think to ourselves, hang on a minute. So I was put in this place just to be fed on by other fucking bad fuckers. Eventually, people just stand up and they become powerful. Ignorance, atrocity, murder, plunder, fire by the sword, cascade of lies, intrigue and villainy, ambition and folly, all coming out of what looks like they're pouring in sulfur and Swedish iron. They're cooking a little man and then making all of that. Okay, well, the narrative is clear, isn't it? And that's exactly what they're doing today. But the way Britain is being closed up is alarming, really, because they're not planning for a future for the people from Britain. It's really off the radar, actually. Scary. Conservative reaction. Yes, well, they can get a bit feisty if bugged, and they are the majority. You know, I don't really get involved with politics or anything, but the people where I live are Labour people. And when the new government got brought in, Labour, we thought things were going to change for the better. What I did it was like, because the last time Labour were in, Britain was thriving in the 90s. It was fucking awesome. So I don't think this is the same-sex marriage. I don't think they did that at all back in the day. I think they hung you or something. Affidavit that he's having a divorce. She's got a lot of affidavits. She's got a lot of complaints, a lot of evidence. Oh, he was terrible. Oh, he spoke to me like shit. Oh, he was detestable. Oh, he farted. Oh. And she wants a divorce. And there's all of that caper to go along with it. Jesus Christ. All the creditors in the background, that's all they're worried about, whether their stocks are going to be, and their investments are going to plummet with all of this scandal. Our boss actually getting a divorce? Oh, certainly not. I use most of my alchemical strangeness of their cult. I'm not going to even try and interpret this picture, guys, okay? I can see a lot of smoke going on. And they're like bong masks. That's what I'm getting. The bong mask vibe. Oh, it actually says there that they're the occupants of the moon. Some of the principal inhabitants of the moon, as they're perfectly discovered in the telescope. Fucking hell, how could I be so stupid? Obviously, these are people that live on the moon. There you are. It's true, that is. Run away with that now, internet. There are people living on the moon. So, satirist of I think that's 1842, maybe. Oh dear. I hate zoos. Zoos are Zeus. Anti-royal menagerie. Okay, well, it's a strange thing, isn't it? Having a family in charge of everybody else, isn't it? And owning all the land and stuff, just because they say that they fucking do. It's really weird. Who says? God says. So, yeah, smallpox. So, apparently that got eradicated. My mother had a smallpox vaccination when she was young. Apparently, we had an epidemic in Cardiff, first and foremost, because some guy got off the boat on the docks, got on a bus, and everyone we got near infected everybody else with smallpox. Apparently. And then they vaccinated them all. That's the story, anyway. Mercury and his advocates defeated by the vegetable introchemist. So I don't know what the vegetable introchemist. I think it might be something to do with my shit's strong. My drugs are stronger than your drugs. It's usually because that's what they do, isn't it? Wow, do you feel good? I feel fucking fantastic. What did I tell you? Yeah. Do you feel ill anymore? No. You in pain anymore? No. I'm having a fantastic time. No fucking shit. $5 a bottle. Get it down, yeah. So I think this is another bullshit as well, because I got a microscope. I don't think I could see molecular buildup even with a 1,000 times zoom. But they're saying that in the 1800s they managed to see a monster soup in the Thames water, little creatures swimming around. Maybe microorganisms like shrimp and stuff that are supposed to be in the Thames, but they tell you it was filthy. They tell you there was the great stink, and that caused all of the miasma, cholera, and all of the other terrible waterborne diseases of the late 1800s that killed all of those people. These did it. CGI villains. This is a strange one. Check this out, guys. The effects of animal magnetism. So the hounds are really affected. This man's completely passed out. These are holding their head, like in dismay. This one's playing a fiddle, but someone's grabbing onto him. This dog's taking a piss, so he's not too bothered. But the rest of the things are in a right disheveled state. I wonder what is going on. Why they are having a magnetism moment. Maybe he created it with the music. Mesmerism is a funny business. Imagine hypnotists. I hope they're all got moral codes, these hypnotists, because I bet they could hypnotize women and do stuff to them. Feel like boobies and things, you know? So 2:00 in the morning, rat-a-tat-tat, tingle, tingle, tingle. no big fucking deal. It's all about you, isn't it? Wah, wah, wah. I literally I never slept for 10 years with, I had these yardies living next door. So it was like the blues constantly round the clock, and they were like crack dealers. And if you said anything, they threatened you with violence and stuff. So I went on with that for years. Couldn't do anything about it, tried everything until I moved. And weirdly, the girl who it was all about, she moved, and then it's all happening to her now. So, karma. So, tar and feathered was a thing they used to do back in the day. It's put tar on you. This is a new method of macaroni making and practicing at Boston in North America. So, I don't know, some strange alchemical thing. Make you all fluffy. Oh, there's Mr. Mesmeric, MD. So it was a form of treatment. You go in a room on your own with a young lady, okay, and then you mesmerize her. She passes the fuck out, and then you basically program her with, because you've got a diploma, with whatever. You do not smoke anymore. I'm not going to go down that road. Anyway, 1884, what was going on was home rule of the Constitution. The place was in absolute obliteration, wasn't it? There was so much fiasco going on in these times. There was a war with Crimea. Immigration was a problem then, as it is now. The United American nation, as you can see, America as Britain is really made up of all different nationalities. You've got the Russians, you've got the Germans, and the Knights of Labour, and the Chinese, and everyone really. Mexicans. I like the Mexicans. They're cute. Populated America. As it is. So what we got here in 1885 is another cartoon, apparently. Since Stephen Review. Let's have a look at what's going on. Oh, shit. Love, have you got a man in you? Oh, no, love. Me? Would I do that? Why you got a jester's hat on? What the fuck is wrong with you? Don't speak to me like that. What's the master on the floor? Well, he goes out of the window. Anyone else hiding in you? Oh, yes. She's been a very windbag. Lies. Oh, I get it. She's like a Manta Hari or a Manta Harry, isn't she? God almighty. Anyway, moving on. The last drop. Get it down, you Mr. Fattykins. That's right. Doesn't it taste good? Yes, you're going to die if you keep drinking it, but get it fucking down, you. And they'll do it. They'll eat and they'll drink till they fucking drop dead. And I've been a witness that this is true. Excess is not a good thing in any regard. Medical mismatch. Doctor, double dose, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Yeah, she's lovely, our mother. I'm just going to give her some medicine, help her to go off to sleep. You can have the shekels that she's going to give you, and me and you can tuck up nicely. What do you think, love? Hey, wink, wink. It sounds like a good deal. Yeah, it's not conspiracy to murder, love. Okay, wink, wink. Okay, we got little people here. What are they doing? Okay, there's little people dying, little people crawling around. He's sitting there watching little people on the table. There's very good chance of some drugs have been ingested here. Oh, it's his imagination. He's imagining little people, as you do. Okay. Move on. One-sided free trade. 1885. You lot, this is the 2-tier trade system. You lot over there, you can have all the riches of all of the stuff. Phoenicians bring in the shippy ships. You lot over here, and we don't really like you. What's your name? Cuba, is it? Are you called Russia? Well, you can fuck off anyway. And all you lovely people over there, you can have all the juices. Wankers. You are, love. It's your time of day, madam, to feed your baby. I will bring it back the same day tomorrow. Same time tomorrow, I mean. Okay. Yeah, don't let her have too much. It hurts. I don't really like it. Get it away. Take it away. Bring it back tomorrow. Okay? Oh, I've never seen a breast before. Naked. I suppose it's quite nice in a natural state. Weirdo. Okay, stomach pump. Have you ever witnessed a stomach pump? No, me neither. Are you they're decidedly unfriendly? Okay, but these salad dodgers, unfortunately, you need that shit taken out. Maybe a gastric strap. That's what they do in the modern day. Yes, this is what alcohol in excess will do to you. Make you look like shit on a shovel. So, Englishman. Okay, let's get into some interesting stuff. Pause before you vote and read these pages. Liberal and Tory. Our children under Tory, our children under the Liberal rule. So Liberals want peace, plenty, economy, prosperity, justice, mercy, love, happiness, joy, commerce, and progress. Not so sure about progress or commerce, really. And kumbaya can get a bit of fucking annoying too, can it? I want to have my right to have my moods, if that makes any sense. So war, distress, extravagance, bankruptcy, robbery, slaughter, bombast. Mr. Bombastic. He's a misery, starvation, sorrow, and ruin. Guess which one we're on now? We're not on that side, are we? We're on that side. What does bombast mean? Or is it bombast? Bombast? I don't even know. Okay, German invasion, that never happened. We had 2 world wars with them, and they basically ourselves, well, not us, I'm Welsh, but the Anglo-Saxons over the water there, they're Angles, aren't they? And Angles, well, they were in that part of the world, so they actually are Germany. What do they say? German cutlers, electroplating, and clothed workers. These are the electroplaters. They electroplate shit, and they're not happy bunnies. That's just tough shit, isn't it? That's how it goes in this place. Okay, she's got a mirror. Right, let me just fix your dress with nails and a hammer. Copper bottoms. Oh, they used to put copper bottoms on. I guess in some sort of chastity. Copper bottoms. And she's checking out her, as Frank Zappa would say, mammalian breech rubitzers. Or SS20s. Call them. Confirmation, clergy, first boy I've ever been confirmed. Boy, no sir, but I've been vaccinated. Fucking hell. What? Oh, fucking says it all, don't it, guys? Wow. Life and death. Concentrated, or an essay on woman. Okay, I think that might be a bit derogatory and complaineth. There's a lot of complaining going on in reality, I notice. Somebody out there wants things going their way instead of the way it actually goes, which sucks, really. So here's the emperor, sold his soul to Beatles, your devil, right? And he's crying in his port. I lost my friends, I lost my gains, I lost my shit. Well, so they say. So, dealings with horned beings. Is this the case? I don't know if that's in reality, actually, guys. Not that I've witnessed it. But I'm thinking with a nefarious overlord or power like Catholic Union. Oh, are you a Catholic? Yes. By that you mean a Satanist? Yes, of course. Let's do gay Satan things together. Oh, you're Satan? Okay. And he's blowing wind out his bum. Okay, he's a Faticus. I don't know. They're really strange. Some of these, the blue devils, just like the blue meanies in the Beatles. He's being tormented by, give me money, give me taxes, your council tax, your rent's due. You're going to be on the street, you fucker. Oh, you're going to jail. You're going to get bummed. Oh, all these things are going to happen to you. And while he's sitting there and he's reading his bills. That's how they got you. Control. The debt slaves. And you will do our beckoning or you will die. It's basically what it is, isn't it? It's going to die anyway, so may as well. Oh, they got a pirate flag down the right side of history. Billy, don't be a hero. Yeah, fuck yeah. I want to be Audie Murphy. Yeah. Check him out. It's like this building is part of a previous civilization. We will later say that a cow made this happen. So literally blazing arsoning, which is a terrible thing. Okay, here's the bees bringing in the honey, just like the queen or the king of the bees hive. We all buzz around all day in our little white vans and whatever else we're doing, and we work 4 months a year, and we give them 4 months to whoever's in this beehive, so they can spend it on trips to, I don't know, New fucking Caledonia to pretend people like them. I don't really know. Blind Man's Buff. We used to play this game. Do you ever used to play this? Yeah, it was like Murder in the Dark, but without the excitement. Oh, here's the devil turned up, and Doghead as well. It's definitely a pantomime, isn't it? Behind you! Doghead, devil. And he's just passed the fuck out because he's basically had so much. And on the wall, he's got the wisdom of Solomon. Chop that baby in half. You give her half, you have half. 50-50. How's that suit you? So the French, although they were going to try and invade us, I don't think that would have been a bloody good idea. Okay, John Bull bombarding the bum boats. The bum boats, guys. I don't know what's going on with that. So I don't know. Maybe, things don't change. Maybe it was just like that back then. You had boats with bums on, just bums. No actual people, just bums. Farting. So what's going on here? The Devils are like a massive appearance in this. So she's got the caduceus and she's got the control, and they're going to kill a hen. I think sacrifice is part of their thing. Can you see the eagle on top of the pillar with the active charge, the thunderbolts coming out, the Fauche's charge? And it's actually all of them. It's all about technology. I just know it is. It's all ciphers. It's all coding. I just know it is. It all is. And once you crack it, well, won't that be fun? Greedy bastards eating all our money. Look at this. What was it? Monstrous claws at the new coalition feast. That's what they're doing at the Treasury. Keeping it all for themselves. So, more Phoenician strangeness down at the Crown and Anchor. When virtue alone is invincible. Well, maybe you should Google what virtue actually means. It's got some good aspects to it, but this aspect here, it's not very virtuous to be trampling over the people, doing a Tiananmen Square down the shops. Monstrosities of 1799. Oh, Jesus. See, history is definitely repeating itself. I'm not on about his jumpers and giant 80 shoulders. I'm on about the salad dog just turned up, and he's like, I come to the park because there's usually beautiful women walking around. This is what I get. And he'll go home, and he'll be like, he'll kick his puppy, probably. So here's the rulers. Doghead, crumbs of comfort. Beelzebub has got the dog controllers and these, and he's just giving him religion. There you are. Yeah, give him that. That'll keep him fucking quiet. Yeah, big fat spliff. That'll keep the other half quiet. Nice job done. Satan. So, of course, if you are not tempted by any of this materialism in the first place, then the devil really can't do fuck all to you, because he's all about like the ultimate purification process, guys. Yeah, everything that they offers you, you say no to. It's that perfect Hegelian dialectic. Without Jesus being tempted in the desert with, I'll make you king of the hill. Yeah, I'll give you more trim than you can even dream of. Not that he was interested in that, probably, but you get my drift. And he was like, fuck no, I'm good. I got my little cult going on. My subscriber base is built in nicely, thank you. And he's like, oh, you're the clat. You won't even do good business. And fucks off. That's how that shit went down in the Bible, more or less. So, if you don't want any of it, which, most of us really don't need, you've got everything you need. Sin, death, and the devil's here. Let's have a look. The Gorgon. The Medusa, the Gorgon, represents death. The king with his scepter, but he's got a protective barrier, this winged knight. And he's also got a royal scepter as well. They're having a scepter off. So yeah, so if you don't want any of that, then there's no need for him to tempt you with it, is there? So there's that. But at the end of the day, they just want the beings, the powerful beings, the psychics, the mystics to work for them. And when they don't, they get their knickers in a fucking twist about it, don't they? And the creative people here, you know, they want control of them, don't they? Yes, that's right. And I don't think there's too many of us here, actually, that are doing this this realm. I really don't think there's many of us doing it. Again, Phoenix, Royal Crown, Fasces, Blast, again. And that's for Louis XVI, whose demise was pretty shitty. So how are you all feeling? How many people are going to chat? I just zoned out then. I'm halfway through my post. I've been talking for a little while. I've got 736 of you lovely beings in my chat, which I'm really, really grateful for. I'm back. Here I am. Marticus von Bottenburp of the Duchy of Ely in Cardiff, which is in Wales land. Jamie, love to see you. Thank you. Okay, loves juice, bum boats, and boats that we use, ships full of bums out of the country. No, I think they were literally just bums, no people, just bums. Yeah, you can have a bum with a fag in its mouth. I literally, when I was in Istanbul, I hate telling this story, but it's so true. They started, but much love, bruv. Yeah, appearance of nemesis death. I was in Istanbul, and I came out onto the deck when I was at sea, and I lit my fag like this. And I looked up, and there was like an Arab gentleman with one of those long white dresses on. And he lifted his dress up, and he started taking a dump over the side of the boat. It's like going to shit all over the ship. Although there is a gap, so he didn't. Honest to God, that's the last thing you want to see when you walk out on deck, was like a big sea guy. I mean, I was like, I'm literally like, and my head was fucked. It's like, savages. I was like, absolute fucking savage. I never recovered after that. So, Canon Carol, you can see how mentally affected me, guys. Some things you just can't unsee, you know? Joy. It's fantastic. Dallas, what's happening, my bro? Set the controls for the height of the sun. I think I should do more stuff on Tavistocks stuff. I love music-related things and properly into it. I know loads of music trivia. I really do. Returning hero. That's a nice name, Synchronicity. I like that. Mr. Friendly, that's a nice name too. Very friendly. Things like that. Visible Sky, 60 years. Thumb drives available from Martin Leaker. 60 plus thousand images on a little thumb drive there. Send in a post. I'm so free, and they've arrived. So Mel told me she had hers this morning. All good and happy with her images. So that is happy customer. I'm happy that you're happy, and it was good, and that it is good. So yeah, Toe's been with me for like ever, man. Why don't witches wear panties? Ooh, because they get better grip on their broomsticks. That's my joke from old Toe. I've been on about broomstick riding fucking years, mate. So keep up. Corey, good to see you. Happy Flatter Day to you as well. Dimples, we got quite a way to go yet, guys. We're going to have a little giggle. Next, we're going to look at something really cool, actually. And we're going to reminisce. Now, I'm from 1967. I was born in the summer of love. I'm a proper 60s child, I am, guys. And, fuck a duck. Where's my fucking stuff? I'm a proper 60s child. And I have got that mindset as well of the... hang on, give me a second. Of the 1960s. Okay, and then we're going to look at some stuff in Germany excuse me, Switzerland, because I've got like weird suspicions of what's going on there. But I did write about it in the last book concerning 1st of April, Knights Templar fucking after finding something, bringing it back, setting up the state of Switzerland at that time. And what a nice protected little country and beautiful they've got going on there. I was thinking of this topic the other day. Excellent, Juice. Thank you for that. Nice one, bro. Sitch, good to see you. 800. Yes. Psycho Dave's in the house. Nice to see you, my brother. And Tom Moxie. Love you guys. You're awesome. I was thinking about acting in a skin suit. They're drinking the Kool-Aid. Oh, they're drinking the fucking Kool-Aid, mate. That's what they're doing. It's like classic fucking Stockholm syndrome. Just snap the fuck out of it. It'd be great. Martin likes cheese. I do like cheese. Rest of man, how do you know? I like cranberry and cheese. Cranberry and cheese. I was born in 1962. Jesus, Tom. 1969. Okay, we got some 60s babies in the house. Okay, so by the time the 70s was kicking off, so David Bowie, T-Rex and all of that, I was a kid. I was like listening to music. I remember running up to the radio to listen to Ballroom Blitz, The Sweet. So I really love this song. So there was that. Omanima. And 9:30ish. Yes, it is 9:30 in the UK. I've been talking for 2 hours. Fucking hell. Okay. Well, let's have a little reminisce. And what I want to explain to you is, in the past, guys, we didn't have a thing really called health and safety. We didn't have a thing called health and safety. I mean, what we did when we were kids is we went out to play with our gang, our friends. Okay. We got up to all sorts of stuff, yeah, to do with fire and stuff, like normal kids. And the idea is you leave the house and you come home alive so you don't get in trouble. So the whole object of the day was, don't get killed today because I'm going to be in big trouble with my mother. Okay? So on that thought, don't get killed when you're going out to play. Okay, this is why my mother had me christened at 8, because she said that I was mischievous. She said I was mischievous, but I wasn't really. I was just like, well, I was. So we used to do things like tie a rope around our lampposts. We had still old-fashioned lampposts when I was a kid. Swing around these until you puke up. I mean, you could get a proper buzz on swinging around. I loved swinging, me. Swings were brilliant. So the kids, what we used to do, we used to go and play in the shit over. There's a car. They were always hanging around, so you could like literally, legally, nobody would even care a fuck, blow them up, which we always did, or just turn them over and wreck them. Nobody give a fuck. The police would drive past, beeping at you, waving, guys, back in the day, and make a little band. Yeah. That doll has got a really bad damage. Do some creative stuff, because it's like, there used to be a program on British television called Why Don't You Stop Watching Television and Go and Do Something Else More Interesting instead while you were watching the television. But I used to take notes and practice some of these, things that they asked us to do, like glitter pictures and advent calendars and other curious civilizational things. So we didn't worry about scaffolding. I would have been up in this building, and scaffolding couldn't keep me off scaffolding. All they said to me is weigh in. Railings. I've got a bit of a nasty story. My friend was on a Tarzan swing, and it was like the best Tarzan swing of the woods on Devil's Hill. He went like 100 foot in the air, and the silly fucker came off and he landed on the railings. Yeah, I don't want to tell you, but it was a mess. So on the way down the shops, although this is the 1950s, so we've got a fag, swapping fags with your mates for some munchies. Standard. I used to have, when I was in high school, I had a wicked little, you may call it in the modern day a protection racket, but I think it's open to interpretation and all about perspective. I think it was just a good entrepreneurial enterprise that I had running in school. The dinner ticket scam was fucking fantastic. But cigarettes, so buy 10 fags in the morning, sell them 10 pence each, because everyone wanted to buy a separate for 10p for break, yeah? And then you had enough to buy 20 fags. I literally could spin them by dinner time, the 20 fags, and I'd have enough to go and get pissed and smoke all night. What I'd made in school, the money I'd made in school. School was the only reason to go was make a few quid to go on a bunk with. Yeah. These little things that we had as kids cost actual money, and everyone was equally as skint in the 70s. We used to go into abandoned buildings. I remember feeling how this kid is feeling. He's thinking, I'm scared. There's rats in here. And all stuff goes through your imagination of what is going on in these places, really. I went in one, I fell through the fucking roof. And I landed on my back, like on all this rubble and shit, and literally nearly broke my back. And I still got pain 40 years later from that one fall. I'm not even joking. 50 years almost later. I got my foot caught under one of these in Cairo Park, and the fire engine had to come and lift this thing off me with a big giant Brunellian spanner that they had, and lifted her off me. All I had was a grazed ankle. It was miraculous. But yeah, parks were the place to go in the old days, and now they're just, you can't go there. Go on in, have a pee, I'll cover you up. So absolutely fine, slashing wherever you wanted in the old days. Plus you had backup to hide you. Yeah. And then back on the swing, spin around until you're puking, and then your mother's calling you for your tea. She've called on the street for you. Your tea's done. And then you run up and there'd be a yummy tea waiting for you. There you are, up on the scaffolding, deadly. Somebody's definitely going to die, but it ain't going to be you. Yeah? You always chuck your mate off anyway. So there's that. And we had a thing called Rumbles. Now, we used to have a thing called Religo, which is a game of like two battling armies, killing one another. But when like people started getting like broken legs, and well, my one mate had a stick of bracken through his eyeball, and he ran up to me, and it was an awful weird sight to see somebody with a stick of bracken up to their eyeball. I must tell you, really weird. Anyway, so yeah, we used to have battles with real weapons and stuff, but it got stupid, and we were all friends after anyway. So yeah, let's go and have a rumble with Cairo or another area like Fairwater. I literally got a scar on my forehead from when I run up to this kid in Fairwater, and he had a brick in his hand. And he said, you take another step and I'm going to throw this. And I took another step and he threw it and it stuck right in my head there. Literally stayed. And everything was okay for a moment until I hit the stone and it dropped. And then the blood came squirting out. God, I was scared. I thought, definitely going to bleed out here and fucking die. Anyway, a World War II nurse saved me in Frank Road. She gave me heated orange squash. I thought that was weird. She said it was good for shock, which it was. Brick fights. So brick anything that goes past and brick one another. So standing gangs of 50 kids all bricking one another. Got stupid, but we always did it. Brick fights, standard part of British society every single day. Every British kid will know about brick fights. It's fucking awesome. Fires. We were all little fucking pyromaniacs. I don't know what was going on in the past, but all boys were equipped with boxer matches. Okay. Some of them covered in basically wax to make them waterproof, so we could light fires in the wet too. So why? I don't know. Standard British thing. Maybe it's because we haven't got a country to take over at that moment, or we were just too young to take over a country. Piggyback fights, standard British. We also had a thing called splits. Now, I bought a potato peeling knife in Hereford Market when I was on holiday with the school camping, and me and my friend Paul, who is now dead, fortunately, we're having a game of splits. And Paul, you throw the knife down and he's just got to miss my foot. This is the game. I reach down, I get the knife and I throw it by here, and then he reaches down and gets the knife. It's called splits. Unfortunately, I threw the knife, missed Paul, it bounced off his foot and it stuck in this girl's ankle who was walking past with a twang into the bone. And she screamed. I mean, she really fucking screamed. I went pale, started shaking, and thought, oh, fuck me, I've accidentally stabbed the girl in the ankle. But all was all right anyway. It was just in the bone, and she didn't really need a hospital or anything. And the teacher understood. He had a shotgun, my teacher, and he was shooting bunny fucking rabbits, bastard. So there's that. So he didn't say much about the potato knife accident, actually. There was that. So anyway,
Motorbiking, we used to have old motorbikes to play on, steam trains, any wall, deathly wall. We didn't care about heights. We would just do parkour. Now, this is what happened to me. Winter Clive School. I was jumping over identical railings to these with my working boots on, thinking I was going to nip home for a sandwich and a spliff in my dinner hour when I was working on buildings in this street, right? And my boot got caught in there, and I fell with my foot caught in there on my face, but my face was done by here, and my boot was still stuck in there, and it was nearly lethal. I nearly fucking died. Oh my God, I had to lay down after that one. I was like, oh my God, that was close. Again, that happens a lot. And bus stops. So they were standard in British culture. All bus stops must remain demolished. Don't know what it is. And they don't seem to do it too much. They do here where I live. All the bus stops are often smashed to pieces. It's just part of British culture. Like I said, we're too young to invade a country and take over. So there's that. But we practice guerrilla warfare in old derelict World War II buildings in our youth, gangs and with weapons, and just practice good things. Okay, now these boys are talking about girlies. He's like, have you ever seen? He's like, no, they're listening. They know what we're saying. He's telling stories. I know, because I was one of these kids. He's telling dirty stories. And there we are. We took over this house here, look. All little skinheads. Rude boys, this is ours now, and we'll make a den in there, and we would be king of that house, king of the castle. That's what we would be. And then we would have a really big British and Germans day, right? So 2 big armies, 50 each. I would always be on the German side, obviously an officer, and obviously in charge, duh, standard. And we would have big, massive battles. It was either British or Germans, or we would play cowboys and Indians. That was quite popular. So this is how polluted the Thames was in the 50s. Everyone just guessing like it's Barry fucking Island. Flippity flop, nice clean water. Because it comes in the tide and then it goes back out again with clean water from the sea. So we saw no danger. We climbed up the fronts of buildings. I remember my mate once, he climbed up a drain pipe at the front of the side of this building because he got locked out and the drain pipe came away down there, and he fell by there on the road, and I was standing there, snapped his arm. It was pitiful. I was like, oh, okay, no, that was good. So this is in Cardiff East Dock. Some Cardiff boys. They're not worried about rats or drowning in the dock or anything, even though it's incredibly deep, the Rough Dock. I used to nip around here on a speedboat, and I seen somebody walk on water on this dock as well. I know it sounds crap, but my mate jumped out of a boat and he literally stood on the water and then went onto the dock side. I was like, fuck me, you just walked on water. But really, he was just so quick, he never actually broke the surface of the water. Just an incredible thing. So I don't think the relationships that I had with my friends when I was growing up have ever been like that when you're an adult. We were just had such a bond. We were just besties. We never really appreciated it at the time. You don't. Winding up, we used to go on the bunk. We used to fucking have victims, if you like, to who we would go and poke fun at, if you like, because kids do that shit, like him there. I'm going through all of the bad things I've done in my mind thing at the moment in my life. I've been analysing some of the shitty things and forgiving myself and moving on. Not that bad. Pylon. So if you go to school on your birthday, this is going to happen to you. Guess where you are? That's right at the bottom of your. Everyone piles on. Pylon! And kicks the holy shit out of you. So that's on your birthday. Say happy birthday. Part of British culture, standard. Railway tracks. Now, we used to have fun on the railway tracks, playing with trains, dodging the trains. Now, we used to borrow on the changing bits. They used to have these things called detonators, okay? Little round discs with a little smaller disc inside. So we used to borrow them, and we used to take them down the arches and shoot them with our air guns and get that like disc in the middle, and you would have a proper explosion. I mean, it had explosives in there. They were used on the, the change of tracks, little explosive charges. So when we used to borrow them, everyone in Britain did this. It's not just me, and explode their charges under the arches. So it sounded mega loud because it was. Kids loved to fuck around with explosives when they were little in Britain. It's part of standard British culture. Let's all climb on the back of a coal wagon. Mr. Blakey bringing the coal. See? And he wouldn't have minded. Nothing was There was no danger. We could do what we want. The police didn't say shit. Bricking cars. Come on, let's get him. Fuck him. Fuck off. Get away from my street, you smelly cunt. And you would brick the he's invading your territory. This is standard British procedure, guys, okay? No, don't scorn. Bricking is pretty normal. Playing dead, yeah? Somebody comes up and then you shoot him with your pretending gun. Gotcha. After a game of British and Germans. Play Street, vehicles are prohibited unless calling at premises in the street. So that's cool. Kids can just play rack and ruin an old Morris there, smash it up, jump off it. Because we didn't have to firm the internet, see? So we had bins. Bins were our internet. We played sit on bins, is what we did. Okay? We got grounded. And do you know what we did when we got grounded? We climbed the fuck out of our windows. We climbed down the drain pipes and we went out anyway. Okay? They couldn't keep us in. We drank out of hose pipes. We didn't worry about cryptosporidium. We didn't give a fuck. We were totally free. Look at me. I can fly. I can... maybe not. Maybe not this time. But in the future, I can fly. Now, did you ever do this? I did this down a hill, a grassy hill, thankfully. If it had been a road, I would have died. But, well, you'll have to do it to appreciate how fucking stupid a thing it is to do, is to get in a tire and go round and round. You will see. Yeah, getting pissing in the fountain, standard. Yeah, if you see water, you see anything antiquity, just piss all over it. Or just get in that water. This is Britain at its best. Use the kids from the street. We are cool. And we will grow up and save this world. Kids of the 60s saved the world. That's what happened. That's what future will decide. Anyway, let's move on. Does it make you sad? Does it make you reminisce of being a kid? How fucking awesome it was, guys. It is good, isn't it? Best days of your life, wasn't it, guys? Oh, Mo, I got Mo in the feelies. Oh, that was my intent. So Burn's a really dodgy city for, I mean, they got some strange statues going on, but the Phoenician influence in cities like the capital, Bern, is unmistakable. So they got money in this place. Switzerland's where it's at, actually, and Sweden. Coincidentally, neither of them ever bother with any wars. They don't need to. Look at this. That's Rathaus. Okay, let's have a look. So that's going to have a jolly big basement as well. Look at that beautiful building. So, yeah, I don't think they got the problems of the rest of society. I don't think they got, like, vandalism and poverty and homelessness the same way as Britain. Britain's economy has been compared to the economy of Guyana. So that's really weird, isn't it? Thought we were at once one of the richest economies on earth, and now we're not. What happened there then? I know, it's just, I'm looking at that, I just got miles away. Yeah, they replaced all that, obviously, yeah. A later Gothic added bit. It's that beautiful Gothic church. In 1896, in April, that was being tarted up. Nice little apartment complexes they got in the 1800s. Look at this one, 1800s. Very strange church, architecturally, I mean. Look at the spire. One single spire as well. Strange Gothic single column church. And I'm guessing that's inside. So yeah, these are just, as we know, healing devices. Or you just go watch TikTok, you can find out all about it. Oh, TikTok. So my friend Dave, I don't know if he's in chat now, he went into a church, I think it was Arndale or something, a church in England, and they had an amazing rose window. He sent me a photograph this morning. I was going to show you, but it's on my phone. So yeah, they replaced all of that. Or would they actually build it? Because the bit underneath is Gothic, isn't it? So it's older. Really big buildings. So yeah, these have been your time, haven't they? And it's their massive doors again. It's all they always have. And that is a museum. Very nice. And yeah, Roman colonnades and the blowholes in the ceilings. Technasmia. This is some sort of old world deviceage. Wow, let's have a look at this portico. 7 domes. Let's have a count. Let's have a count. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's funny how Count Dracula's called Count, isn't it? Like he counts. 1, 2, 3, thunder that. Yeah. That's what Thor does. He thunder farts. Thunder farts in the evening. Thunder fart in the morning. There's a star fort there. In the morning. Okay, it's got massive buttresses. So I'm thinking this is a viaduct or a reservoir of sorts. I think that's housing water. I've seen similar in New York. 1895. So here's their do-gooder. They made a statue of him. So they only put statues up of their club anyway. Bet he did dick all, except rule. Oh, it's so hard ruling, don't you know? Well, what's hard about it? You have to make decisions. You don't make any decisions. Your spin doctors make the decisions. Yes, I mean, I have to say what them men tell me to say. Some of the words are really long and tricky, you see. Yeah, all right. Just keep reading autocue, Spaz. So it's that. So these are weird, these corner bits. They're really nice and cute as well. Like standing there and smoke a Hamlet cigar while Mozart is playing, thinking thoughts, which is basically what I do. Do you? Well, obviously, you're here, aren't you? So it's 10 to 4. There's a really weird thing. Maybe one of my friends, Mel, is in the chat, maybe. It's uncalculable how many clocks are at the time of 10 to 4 in antiquity. It's almost like, how the fuck are they all taking the time at the same photographs at the same time? Maybe somebody can explain. I noticed that all watches in, say, for example, catalogues or shops are all set at 10 to 2. Who decided to set all clocks before purchasing a watches at 10 to 2, I wonder? And why 10 to 2? Why the old 10 to 2E, eh? I've thought about that. Probably not. Probably will never again as well, so it doesn't matter. So the Bruin got a nice bridge. There's a nice pencil drawing. Engraving, because we've run out of photographs. I think, in fact, all of these are looking pretty much engraving. Not too much population around. You know, Sproggage, nice big architecture, a few do-gooders on fountains. Oh, hang on, he's filling all these barrels up with water. We've actually caught someone doing a human thing. How are you going to get them all back? His mate's coming later with a horse and carty. Spiffing. What? And he's got loads of well water. Well. So that is the concentration camp. Oh yeah. So I was watching. I watch a YouTuber, Bald and Bankrupt. He does tours of different countries. But anyway, he went to the post-Assad Syria. Apparently, Assad's only been gone 2 weeks, and the country's like not even a democracy. It's not anything at the moment. It's in like limbo. But there's this like, it's free. They smashed up all of the communist weird shit. All of the ex-controller little that stuff is gone. And they've got a new society. They're going to be embracing Paris and Syria. And they all look very funky. Assad was producing crazy amounts of like drugs for like Dubai and stuff, like billions of pounds worth. The guy was... if you don't believe me, and it's not propaganda, the evidence is on the documentaries. They're only been published this week of the guy there live showing you this shit. The evidence is clear, man. The chemicals were all still there. Absolutely unbelievable. Some of these regimes, the way they're treated, concentration camps and the prisons, and unbelievable things happening to humans in this place, guys, every day as we're sat here moaning about our lives, some of us, when other people are 50 up in a cell somewhere waiting for their execution for some bullshit made up charge, political motivated charge, or it doesn't even matter, because by the time it comes around to court, you're never going to survive, you'll be dead anyway. There's so many places like this. North Korea, places in South Africa, they used to have them. Even islands used to have them. The H Block. Bobby Sands, he painted the wall with poo because he was on a hunger strike. Hunger strikes, I just don't know if it's me, but I think that's a stupid protest. Hang on. Let's just... If you don't do what I want you to do, I'll starve myself to death. Well, they're like, yeah, okay then. Fuck you. Bye. Then you starve yourself to death because they're not going to give a fuck if you're in jail anyway, are they? This makes no sense, hunger striking. Just never get it. Just like punishing yourself. Like that Buddhist that poured himself in petrol and lit himself up in protest of the Vietnam War. Well, he could have had a banner and lived. That is just... No. I understand there's terrible things happening. So Burn was a big star fort that had a terrible, weird resemblance to a... I was going to say it looked like a penis, but it really does, actually. So Burn is in a star fort. There's the way in. Look, star fort entrance. They all look the same, don't they? Star fort entrances. Big gay houses. Loads more going on. So it's not the big capital that it is today. Back then. But if you look at some of the statues, this one here I've seen before, there's all like weird babies and shit on it. I think there's one of monsters and dragons that I've seen. What's going on here? Here's the Piper. I don't think it's of Hamelin, no. Because that'd be in Germany. So yeah, they got the outer star fort and all the way around. They built the city on a meander, as they often do with star fort cities. Offers protection on two sides. Enemies, if they're even a thing, only come from the one direction. Not that I think that was a thing. I don't know what that is. Oh, it's a fountain. I thought it was a big steel obelisk for a moment. Okay. Yeah, well, let's just see, Nick. How are they taking these photographs, 1860s? Anybody? Skyscraper? Balloonage? Well, some of them are engravings. You can see the Alps there look all the shit. Yeah, that's pretty high up. It must be a balloon, 1863, don't you think? Or 1880s. And 1883 in that case. Lovely bird's eye view of the city, but again, from that same perspective, that same angle of all bird's eye perspective pictures. Why is that? Again, same bird's eye perspective angle from a height. I wonder why they did that and how they did that. It's incredible to me. So I want to slap my fly, drink a beer, and sing "The hills are alive with the sound of music." La 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 la. Maybe not. Edelweiss, Edelweiss. I rub it on twice a day. No. Okay, I'm bored of Burn. I hope you enjoy them. But there's another city as well. But unfortunately, these photographs are not photographs, they're engravings, because apparently they didn't have a camera in the 1830s. So somebody stood up in the air, magically floating, and drew all of this Tatarian world that exists in Zurich. So that's definitely something to do with the rich in Zurich, isn't it? And that's where the Gotthard Tunnel is, and CERN is, and all the world's wealth, and some of the world's apparent leaders hail from. They have made one good musical band, though. Yellow came out of Switzerland, so there's that. Cheese, watches. What else come out of Switzerland? They're crap in the Eurovision Song Contest, so there's that. The size of these apartment blocks. So yeah, that was weird. What went on with the Gotthard Tunnel and all the world leaders doing some weird satanic ritual. Oh my God, I got film of that, but when I was showing it 5 years ago, no problems whatsoever. Last time I showed it, copyright. The analytic and the weirdness is just ongoing with YouTube, I'm afraid. But all's good, because I'm looking forward to 2025. I think it's going to be absolutely exciting. Plenty of good things to look forward to. I really do think, guys. Okay. There's a lot of doom and gloom out there. I don't see it that way. I always see things as an opportunity. And if it's the crumbling of civilization, like I did struggling in school, I'll fucking get through it. And I will fucking benefit and be well through it all. and I will help my friends to be well too if they can, or they will. Because I would just thing is, we don't really want that wealth and stuff, guys, because if you had that and you didn't have your health, how are you going to enjoy it? Oh, I'm in screaming fucking pain. I can't do anything. I've got to stay in bed. But I got all of these oogles of money sat there. Just, you got to have health. If you're going to have a balance of some abundance, some love in your life, lovely friends. Me, I'm gifted with a beautiful community. I'm so fucking lucky and appreciative. You don't even know, guys. 700 of you. Come on. If it just turns up on a flat day night. To have some giggles and squiggles. Some tech on that. It's nice, these dashes, aren't they? These beautiful houses. Oh, they're lovely. So Zurich is really well developed for the beginning 1800s. It's very modernistic. It looks a bit metropolis-y. I watched the film Metropolis the other night, guys. The colour version, Fritz Lang. I didn't watch it all. It's on for 2.5 hours. My OCD won't do 2.5 hours. But it was amazing. So many clue edges, absolutely unbelievable. The people, the slave workforce, lived underground. They lived under the city in giant, humongous caverns in space underneath the city. The elites, they lived up top, and everybody else worked for them. Absolutely phenomenal picture. If you get a chance to watch Fritz Lang Metropolis, I would give it an effort. What I did is I just had the volume down and I played music. It was much better. That's what I did, because I can interpret things just by visual anyway. So you have a Italian princess here with beautiful jewels, and she has some very interesting crownage going on. Did you get a good reception with that, Italian lady? So another thing I've been wondering about is angels. So this is Gabriel, turns up, and he's having a word with some purple people, okay? And it's all about antiquity, okay? It's all about buildings, which is why I was thinking the angels gave us the schematics, or these superior intelligences gave us the knowledge for these building these places. Cathedrals, for example. If you understood the fantastic mathematics that go into these productions, you're just going to wonder, because the computer struggle in the modern day with the art and all of it. Ooh, that's a big fasces you got there. Oh, thanks. It's nice of you to say. Shouldn't be looking, though. Look at him. He's like, whoa, fuck off my fasces. And the dome. He's pointing up at the dome, saying, look up. No, don't look up. Look at the ground. Deny the sky. That's what I do. Mud flood. So these are silly. I'm sure you've seen these in the past, but the good news is, in the past and in the future, is they sell drugs. Which came first, the building or the mud? Make your own mind up. So yeah, so I think that civilizations on a loop possibly have not disappeared, just not got there yet. And it's just loops like that over and over. Here's one more of these viewers. So it's on an orb, crucible, same thing as we see with all of these images. And inside it, there's some happenings happening that they are viewing. On top of that is Satan. On top of this viewer is Satan. Again, on above vanities and virtues and all these weird Democritus, all of these, words that the Phoenician paradigm uses, but interesting, the devil's there, offering the laurel leaf when they just stated all in the laurel leaf are good. Everything's reversed. The language is reversed. Our behavior, our meaning and context of all of our reality has been reversed. It's just incredible how far back we came. Scraping back is difficult though, guys. It is difficult for me, but I'm getting it. It's a new way of thinking, a new way of being, a new way of living. It's just miraculous. So prayer. Pushing your hands together creates a certain amplification of your central core torus field. And it amplifies your thoughts, which creates the reality. So it's basically making your prayers a reality. But isn't it curious how it looks like two eyes and a nose? If you squint, it looks like eyebrows too. It's a good cover for a video. Okay. So in Germany, it's 1920s, very interesting corner domed building going on there. But look at these lampposts and this thing here. What is it? The cables are down here and they're going to the telegraph, but this little beauty has none on it. They're below to the telegraphs, which you can actually see, and electric cables for the tram system in this German city, as you can see there. But you never see anything on these big, and they disappear anyway. After 1900, they're gone. So getting rid of the Colossus, who breathes laser beams of plasma in the French Revolution. Putting him in the Bastille. Big fuck off giant. Get in there. Big bastard with your lizardy hands. Look, he's got lizard hands. You lizardy bastard. Get in there. So, some people think there's lizard overlords. I don't know about all that. The thing is what I do now, I've got a new way of thinking. And anything that's pushed on YouTube or mainstream media as bywords that stick in your head, I don't trust. I will think for myself and make my own deductions about my reality, not what I've been told by others. That's what I've been doing. So the last photograph of Tatarian knights, this has been cited as. There's a couple of them out there, apparently. They have chainmail, spiky chainmail on their face because these battle in electromagnetic technologies, fasces, high energy weapons, plasma bursts, and plasma bolts that will take up building house. So this is interesting again with Johanna Baptista Porter is doing some alchemical magic and again putting a sword into a mirror. Yeah, well, they used to put mercury behind mirrors and silver behind, silver as well, silver backing. And that was one of the main things that they were mining in Tartaria was silver. I cannot wonder if it's for these mirrors, and the mirrors is the technology that they would use. And I'm trying to put it into context of like technology as well, guys. So yeah, Dante's Inferno, the poem there, you can see they show an elliptical or a plane, if you like, and they show under Jerusalem is an inverted pyramid down to Hades, hell, in the narrative. And also they have Paradise Terrestrial, which is a big stepped pyramid, which I think is more mirror. I think the elites were telling us bits of truth with the ferryman and the narrative. So this is an interesting picture, not because they're massive in this place, and he's pointing at a very strange clock that shows an S and an E and a H and an I and an A, and not time at all, but it does do something because it dings the bell, you see. So he's explaining something about the clock. This cat's just turned up on what? What is he sitting on? They look like big green balls, don't they? And there's one there in the background too. What is he exactly sitting on? It looks like a balloon of some sort, doesn't it? Anyway, food for thought, guys. Food for thought. So there's many unusual pictures. So this is the training of the papatia, or a bombardier, or a pepad. A pepad is the medieval or even the English Civil War version of a limpet mine that would blast this way and take doors off. They used one on Cardiff Castle during the English Civil War. Apparently, the narrative is the pepperdeer got blasted to smithereens because apparently the percentage of pepperdeers actually getting blasted to smithereens was really, really high. It was a very, very tricky thing to go and set a bomb on the front of one of the old buildings and then run the fuck away before the fucker explodes. So there's that. What about knights? We talk about them all the time. What if knights were diving costumes and they used to have a different inner inside? Because the metal is waterproof, but this knight, he has got a breathing apparatus that is connected to this, which looks like it's producing oxygen. So, not that I think knights are knights and stabby, swordy, whatever they were doing, because it just makes no sense, any of that narrative. So maybe a greater minds will know what these are. There's some sort of gold codex of clock faces that fit in a greater implement. I can see possible phases of the moon, possibly not, but each one is set differently. I think these are something to do with like some sort of maybe Enigma coded device of the ancient world, because you can see it's really old, but I don't actually know. But it's an interesting thing to think about. Is that? And these pots are all over Phoenician architecture, pots that you will see all over the Greco-Romano Roman world, and the pineal gland. But it is perfect symmetry and geometrics. If you look down on that, you will see the flower of life as you look down on a pineal gland, but they say it could be related to some say calcified pineal gland. I don't think so, because I'm not in a fluoridated city. That will allow you to access the benefits of your third mind eye, so to speak. So yeah, you can see these pots all over antiquity. There's one of them that survived the bombing of Lambeth Cathedral, and they got it on display. Just one pot saying it survived the antique world. Really curious. There's more going on with the, what does a Greek earn? Well, about 20 quid a week, isn't it? So some Greek urns, Phoenician urns. It's the big deal with the earnage and the oil burnage. Okay, so again, here's Jesus, who's looking like a little bit of a little girl, and he's strangling a duckling, but she can't keep him under control. He's got that face that says he's strangling the duckling face again. And he's got some strange keys going on. He's just so fucking spaced out on them blue flowers that he's been smoking. And these cats over here, they've got a new city to build. So they're offering a new city. That's what they do. See this? We're going to design it for you, and we're going to get some slaves to build it for you. How will that be? Wow, he just takes no notice. That looks like a dick and balls up there. Might not be, though. It's pointing right at her head. Well, it does, guys. I'm just saying it's a coincidence. I'm sure the artist never did that intentionally. You don't know, do you? So here is a beautiful photograph of Moscow in the past. But check out all the gadge. I wonder what it all does. Looks like a massive Tesla device or some sort of, I don't know, radar array or something. But the quality of the lampposts, we're going to look at some more in a minute in France, but just gaslight these. And they're on these I suspect are because you can see a pulley system for bringing them down. But what gas exactly were they using, and how did they get the gas from the gasometer, wherever that be, under this road and up that lamppost? Does anyone ever wonder about that? So did they just lay all gas pipes under antiquity for the gas lights? Trillions of miles of them, or hundreds of thousands of miles of them worldwide? Did anyone ever think about that? Are they still there? Worth a thought. What about these? What are these? Spheres of fire that were on a lake one day, and someone documented. So there's strange things happening in this realm we know nothing about. These two here, you can see the old ladderlines there. Do you think they'll fall for it? I think they'll definitely fall for it. No, I mean in the future, do you think that they'll think that these would put their temporary? Oh yes, yeah. But they're just so fantastic. Oh, don't worry. In the future, so I've been told by the timekeepers, people are sissies and really stupid. Oh, that's okay then. Yes, future's full of sissies. Here's Jesus holding Jesus. Okay, let's interpret that. Jesus holding Jesus. Okay, look at me. And again, with the Superman red cloak on, because he can fly. So Jesus had smallpox, eh? Okay. I don't know where it is. It looks an Arabian sort of place with the minaret in the background, but they're doing some excavations of the old world. Maybe I can get a clue from there. No, can't. But what you can see is below the street, windows and doors underneath this lioned building. And they're clearing the trees and they're digging out this building, which is under the ground. Mud flooded in, guys. You disagree? That's what Almy got all the best images. So back in the day, right, guys, your mothers, our mothers, my mother as well, yeah, they didn't have OnlyFans. They had Tupperware parties and Avon. So we had Avon and Tupperware parties. These advanced these Tupperware parties into Ann Summers parties by the 1980s. So that was vibrators and crutchless knickers that some woman would bring round, and my mother would send me to bed, so I wouldn't be able to watch anything. But don't worry, because my imagination is awesome. So here's a melted castle in Poland. Would you? I know meltology's a sore subject with many people, but I just seem like a beam of energy have just come down, not only hit this fucking thing over, but has absolutely spludged the stone and vitrified it. Paris was once illuminated by a big fuck off thing in the sky. Don't do that anymore, do they? It's going ass backwards. So imagine, right, this is the size of this part of this engine for some sort of, I'm guessing, electrical generator. But imagine the size, the piston in there to this thing here. The size of the car to this. They were doing engineering of that scale in the 1800s. I'd love to know how the horse and cart got them there. Crane on the back of a train, get her on the train so far. What about the rest of the way? Anybody? I can't imagine them having a truck to carry such an item. Meltage. Here's Big Bertha, the German super gun, and it is firing at a dastardly enemy, the Ruskies, who are ceaselessly doing bad things all the time. So, according to the narrative in history, okay, that's not me. Stalin killed everybody. That's not me. Okay. So this got buried in the mud, and it's just seen the light of day after a little floodage, which cleared some of the mud out. I wonder what the civilization was like when that was there, guys. Do you ever wonder about that? Do you think it was all togas and weirdness? I don't know. It's hard to imagine. I see advanced technology a bit more like Lord of the Rings, something along those lines. Look at this glittering civilization. Come on. Compared to now, all boarded up now and fucking pound stretcher. And on the corner there would be a Starbucks and a McDonald's. Whoopee. Look at this then. These people were so fortunate to be living in a beautiful, beautiful world. Looks like just beautiful. So there are calendars in obviously in 1944. This is in German, which is it says Philadelphia here. Now I got one picture that shows you that Philadelphia originally was called New Wales until this guy Dolphia. I'll find that meme in a minute. That picture. So 1844. They had a calendar, and this is like a record of what everything was doing that year. Waxing and waning moons, solstices, midwinter there. So they literally documented everything back then. That year. If I had the time, I'd actually study that, and if I spoke German fluently, it'd be fucking brilliant. I don't know. Anyway, back to 1755, on the 7th of June, there was a revolution, and somebody got their ass kicked. 18. So this is weird, because this got sent to me this week. I don't know what to make of it, but it says that the temperature in Antarctica, according to Google, for December 2024, is minus 27, 19 hours a day sunshine as well. Why would it even say that when it's obviously not true? Don't know. There it is. Philadelphia was called New Wales. And you can see all the Welsh names. Philadelphia was Welsh capital. And Welsh coal mines. So there's not much of a distinction between the people of Philadelphia and Wales, guys. It's all coal mines and the same valleys and the same sort of people, really, I think. Mansfield, Bradford. Look at these British names. And then he's changed it to Philadelphia. There's a big influence of Wales in America, guys. Yeah. You could be a little bit Welsh, guys, if you're in America. Yeah, which is awesome. So yeah, look at this world that they had. These lampposts are fantastic. Everything is. Look at these in Paris. Boggles the mind. I think these are gas, but then it boggles the mind. So they got to feed these into the streets. They would have had to collect the natural gas, put them into gasometers, and then ship them to potentially hundreds of thousands of lampposts. Even with the narrative, then they had people coming along and lighting these as well. Think about that, guys. Just the logistics of the gas required for these. And you don't see the pavement all ripped up, so it must be an ancient, at least as long as these buildings been, yeah, an ancient gas supply. And what kind of gas? Because Britain now, we used to have this old gas. You could gas yourself in the oven when I was little, and they changed it to North Sea gas. And you could sit with your head in the oven for like 30 fucking days and you wouldn't gas yourself. But then you get so pissed off, you light a cigarette and then you get what you achieved, what you wanted. But yeah, so it wasn't even deadly, North Sea gas. We use in Britain now. But you can see here in 1957, he's replacing a candelabra, but it's electric by then. I'm guessing it was easier to electrify than gas them. Catalogues, numbers, look at these things. Just the best quality symmetry, even antiquitechy as well. Bit of Phoenician stuff and mermaidage going on in the bottom. Wow. 1890, so the Opera House, look at them. I wonder what's in here. Wonder if a van come along and, no, there's no traffic. A horse and cart came along and filled up a tank in here daily. How would they get that much gas to burn the whole night? We used to run out in the caravans after a day or two with a big gas bottle. How the fuck is that working? The more I think about it, the more I'm perplexed. And they didn't have gasometers everywhere, did they? And how many, how many is supplied? But, you can see them literally had to do this every single day. You can see a door open there. That's interesting. And they got some lifting equipment here for it's a mid-gantry, I don't know, but they're replacing it there. Interesting. Look at them, though. Compared to now, then aluminium fucking things. They're disgusting. They're just horrible. So here is another of Tavistocks' favourite in LA, I should suspect. It's Jim Morrison and The Doors, which I've been listening to actually today. An anomalous green woman. I don't know if she's naked, but it's worth a look. I love them green myself. Okay, this is the Kaiser's panorama, and it was built for the Kaiser, and it's a stereoscopic theatre from 1895. I can't imagine what you actually see in there when you're looking, but I'm guessing it's some sort of movie from 1895. Belongs to the Kaiser himself. Interesting. Oh, thank you, Summer Lane. I'm truly grateful for that. And also you earlier for the Super's lovely Magic Nova. Love to you too. Thank you, love. Oh, Old World under Martin, have you heard of Electrum? Yes, I have, because it's in the context of my first book. I have a chapter on Electrum, and I wrote that it was released like 2019, 2018. So I was talking about Electrum at least since 2018. This is interesting. The inside of your skull looks like the crucifixion, the legs, the arms. There could be a message there, guys, of what is really going on. All is mind, and it is all us. And what you think is what you get in this place. You want to take another look? Interesting, isn't it? There's clues everywhere, guys. There's clues everywhere. This is a nice little picture of old London, Trafalgar Square. Another column, Trafalgar column with Lord Horatio Nelson on top, covered in bird shit. So, in the morning, Oh, look at this. Penguins and snack bars and fucking Golden Wonder crisps. I've got Golden Wonder crisps. They're the best crisps. This is an old British feed you kiosk in London. You got pies, you got rolls, and look, somebody made the effort, and they will fucking sell all of them, guys. Ham, chicken salad, luncheon meat, ooh, lovely. Roast beef, yum. Cheese salad, as long as the salad don't go soggy. Liver sausage, I like a bit of liver sausage. Egg and tomato, yum. Egg and mayonnaise, yum, yum, yum. Egg and crest, that is the best. I don't know what that is. Prestville and tomato. I don't know what that is. Cheese and cheese. So yeah, somebody got up early in the morning and knocked all them up. God love her, she did a brilliant job. This was found in a house behind the reveal above the fireplace. And it is an old house in Britain. And they discovered behind the reveal a Christian scene there. Got a stag's head. Somebody chopped the head off a stag and then put a cross next to it. Nice touch. And a lady weaving with a big old radium heater, no doubt. So beautiful for over the fireplace, don't you think? Great to discover something like that in your house and bring it to the, bring it so it's visible for your friends. And notice how it's all behind the curtains, like a stage show. So yeah, it's all a fucking scam, isn't it? Right scandalous, all of the repeating. There's not even that many narratives, really. All the religions are just repeating the same old narratives. It's good cop, bad cop, everything to enslave you and control your mind. Don't be who you really are. Yeah, doesn't even matter to them as long as they control. Solomon, Israel, Hiram. Yeah, Hiram Abiff, guys, the Phoenician admiral, is king of Tyre. Solomon, Israel, Hiram, Tyre, king of Tyre. Freemasons, it's the Phoenicians, guys. Double pillars, Jachin and Boaz, a couple of angels above, and a dome which is split, and a plasma burst coming down through the keystone, which I haven't actually seen to this moment before. If you have any doubts that they're magic, and they're using Solomon magic is Zoroastrianism and it's dark arts, guys, and the checkerboard floor, the Freemasonic thing. Actually, I think there's Freemasonic symbols upon the pillars themselves. Yes, there is there. You see that? And Hiram Abiff. We went to America, according to one narrative, the book I read about Noah and his adventures. Again, another break in the dome. Go into the plasma burst above. Comet. People above the keystone, and they're lowering down a special cosmic weapon called the Ark of the Covenant. Whoever has the Ark of the Covenant could destroy cities with one go, just like Sodom and Gomorrah. And all the narratives, the menorah, the set square, the horn of plenty, the Noah's flood, the burning cities, the digging out the mud, all of the comet and the pyramid with the all-seeing eye and the plasma burst is all we need to know about this reality. They're telling us everything in this symbology about what happens. It is a reset cycle, cyclical, and it happens over again. And I think it's looped, folding back on itself as well, which is why the strange anomalies of overlapping timelines that keep appearing. People are saying the Mandela effects. 1892 to 1893, they built the Horticultural Centre, and they made all of that effort. As you can see, there's still ladders. It's a really curious picture, that is. Literally, what? They just got the ladders, got the blokes out with a shot, left the ladders in the frame. Makes no sense to me. There's no men there, or no evidence of actually any building work. Have you noticed? It's a beautifully manicured lawn, guys. Yeah, something just set up. Don't tally with that. So Samson, here he is, bringing down a temple. So he thought that his strength was in his hair, and it was given to him by the Lord God. And he got involved with this woman called Delilah. She fucks him over, gets his hair cut off, and he's like, oh shit, I've literally lost my God strength, and I can't push no shit over with my incredible super strength anymore. And then he realizes that it wasn't the hair that gave him the super strength. It was him all along. And that is a beautiful analogy for, people to empower themselves and know that they are super powerful human beings in this place, guys. It's a nice little date. Translation here in Greek from 1477 looks like that. And there's a little graph here which compares the icons, like the little 8 there for four. See? So you can find out in Greek when stuff's dated. So with that and this little gauge, I'll be able to find out when things are actually supposed to have arrived. So Lady Gaga's doing a bit of an Amy, isn't she? Or is Amy Winehouse Lady Gaga? Both incredibly talented musicians, I'm just saying. It's got Johnny Depp on a t-shirt with a pair of wings open. Really coded stars as well. Really, really weird, that is. Have you ever seen what a baby owl looks like? They does that for a little bit because they haven't got any wings to take off yet because they're too little. Have you noticed? They runs like that. I'm just saying, it's a bit cute. Have you ever seen a wombat? Yeah, a one. See, if I'm ever down, I do get down sometimes. I listen to donkeys go and they make me happy. Look at these two old ladies here, Jimmy Page and Robert, who's a plant. Yeah. And they turned into two crusty old ladies in Christmas jumpers round the fucking fire like a couple of tats. What the fuck? They're supposed to be men. This is rock and fucking roll, guys. See, Lemmy, he died in style with Jack Daniels and Spliffage. You two, take it up the bum. So, what about Annie Lennox? Is Annie Lennox, okay, she's a brilliant songstress, but she's always looked like a dude, hasn't she? Not that I give a fuck anymore, but just saying. I think Annie Lennox definitely has got a willy. Sweet dreams made of this. So here is the railway station in Buffalo, New York, in 1945. Looks amazing, metropolis-y. Okay, in Buffalo, 2023. Oh dear, it's got like a bit like what happened in Detroit, isn't it? See, start a nice tire fire. Make something good happen. Okay, ooh. So Lust has been around a long time. Ooh, you smell so good. Ooh, I can't stop sniffing you. Ooh, your boobs just fell out. Ooh, fucking hell. Emperor Menelik, the man who defeated the Italians, making Ethiopia only African country successful to resist European colonization. This cat and this lion. See, I thought that was Haile Selassie did all that, and I've never even heard of them. But again, I'm not big on Ethiopian history, but yeah, wicked. Irie, nice one. Mussolini sucks. Santa Claus in 1900 sucked, didn't he? She looks totally unimpressed. Yeah, more Krampus. Anyway, this is good advice. I'd definitely abide by this if I was you. Don't steal from fairies. Okay, we have a particular set of skills, a bit like Liam Neeson. We know where you live, and we will find you, and we will put a spell on you. So don't fuck with fairies. In it. Oh, so death sentence by showing judges her boobs and argues, how could I possibly commit blasphemy if the gods had given me such a body? It would be a crime against the gods to destroy something so beautiful because ancient Greek society thought exceptional beauty was a sign of favor from the gods. No shit, it is in nowadays. It's like, my God, look at her. She was first in the queue and God was dishing out them looks. This is good as well. Why mermaids are like this? Well, I think that's okay anyway. They've got nice long ginger hair and stuff. They got, the top bits are going wicked, yeah. But if they were like this, yeah, the possibilities as well. I'm just putting it out there, guys, yeah, because mermaids are real. Remember I said that. Okay, make a video, somebody saying about it. Okay, I'm coming back for a minute and see what the time is because we're talking about the 10th of never. I don't even know anymore. Synchronicity, good to see you. Face Diaper is in the house. Blue Moon is in the house. Mr. Mammoth's in the house. AMB Normal is in the house. No wonder it smelled fishy. Oh, I didn't think of that. Free Soul Hippie. Red Dwarf, anyone? I love a bit of Red Dwarf, a bit listy, bit Ace Rimmer. Donny Bianco, good to see you. Trout Pout. They'll do that, thing. Take your photographs, Trout Pout. I wonder what he does that. So all of these new things they all copy. None of this shit was out in the old days. Just does your editing. I tell you what I used to do my editing in the old days when I grew up was jive talking. All my mates started talking jive, and I was like, I don't know why you're doing that. It's so you can understand us. I was like, well, that's a conspiracy. So I couldn't listen to their stuff that they were doing. So Margaret's hula hoops, yes, I love hula hoops. I can do them. I can wiggle a hula hoop with my hips. And Prodigal Son, good to see you. What's up, Martin? Don't, apparently. Although there's a lot of discussion around this topic at the moment, but there's meant to be. But all of the Flat Earth channels and everything are all still doing their thing. I can only presume it's gone the way they actually wanted it. It's all about money at the end of the day, so they're not really worried about the future of humanity and what we're up to with this, are they? Thank you. I want tea too. Joe, what's happening, mate? I haven't seen you for a while. Abort reality. Let's run, jump ship. You first. For the keel haulers. So I hope you all had a good, nice, relaxing Christmas. We've got New Year to go now. I was planning on doing a New Year's event. Campbell said he's into coming over. I could grab a couple of guests, I guess, and try to do something. When is New Year's? Wednesday. So we'll do that, maybe. I have to be in such moods for such things. So, how many of you are in chat? I'm going to give all of you a big shoutages. I'm coming up to 10:30, which means 10. I've been going, 665. Shit, I knew you had 666. So close. Do you know my channel's on 66,200 odd subscribers? Soon, I will get 666 subscribers. Okay, but all is good. You've got to go through that to get to 67 anyway. It's standard. This is how like numbers work and stuff. So yeah, sub to my channel. Let's get up there. Just see what happens. Okay. Melissa, thanks for your support. That was really kind of you earlier. And everybody, Donna Hughes is in the chat. Do you have a good Christmas? Good. I hope you all your families and everything. And as long as everybody, I've had so many Christmases that have gone to shit. I remember one year, the gas engineer came in and he's like condemned my cooker Christmas Eve. So not only couldn't I cook my fucking turkey, I never had a cooker and you couldn't get another one bang on Christmas. Total cunt. You could have let it go. Anyway, he said, no, it's dangerous. You'll blow yourself up. I was like, fuck you. I've been using it for months. Anyway, so he fucked off. So I thought I'd cook the turkey at my mother's. So I go at my mother's, put it in like her oven because she wanted to cook her turkey at like 7 in the morning. So to get up crack of dawn, put in the turkey, go over lunchtime, pick up the turkey, put it in a holder, carry it to the other side of the area. And while I did it, all of the fat of the turkey leaked out and covered one half of my body in turkey fat. So that was shit. Yeah, that Christmas day went to shit. It's not my worst Christmas day. I've had a few bad Christmas days, but isn't it funny how people get emotionally invested in like, I'm going to kill myself. It's Christmas and nobody actually loves me. My family don't give a fuck. How many people kill themselves under the narrative of some satanic fucking ritual? Fuck right off. I don't mind celebrating a bit of solstice, a bit of pagan holidays and stuff. That's jiggy with me. They seem the most well-behaved out of all of it. Look at all these religions with their different books. Yeah, what the fuck ever. Prodigal Son, good to see you. Have you been watching Hibbler's channel? Great job. Oh, you've seen the movie? Yeah, that came out this year, didn't it? Old World Order, my second Hibbler documentary. That came out this year, so I can't put it on my channel. I would have uploaded it, but anything I have anything to do with that channel, I just get copyrighted. I don't even know what's going on. I mean, in the fucking movie, yeah, I can't touch it. Joe, good to see you. But there's out there to watch if you want to see it. I've shared it on my community page. It is a good little movie. Explaining. Oh, Black Sheep researcher Paul. Yeah, I've had him over. He's been on this channel. He's on my Flat Earth British think tank channel. I interviewed him about Janus back in the day. I think it was about 5 years ago now. But yeah, I like Paul. He's a nice man. He's a good man. Marianne, a society's ticking them into impotence. This is the whole fucking point, isn't it? It's just like keeping the population minimum. The useless eaters. Turkey and beefy cheesy lasagna. Ooh, nice. I didn't bother with all of that. It's just not really into it. But I might do, coming up to New Year, have something, do a cooking program. I was going to do naked lunch, but it was going to be clickbait. So obviously I'm not going to do a whole vlog naked because YouTube will ban me. But I could have just had my shirt off and then put it back on just for the thumbnail, something like that. But I didn't bother. Wasn't in the mood really. You all know how I'm not going to eat a cooking turkey. They poisoned all the fucking turkeys. They just fed them to everybody just had a turkey. I'm not doing that. If the crowd's all going that way, yeah, I'm going fucking that way. Or that way even. Yeah, man, I don't do that. They guess somebody, this is what everyone guessed, that's what they do. Spite the shit. I had a solo Christmas and it was fab. Donny Bianco, I just talked to my friends, said hi to my friends, my lovely friends. Hung out with my son and got splattered and watched old movies on the telly. Actually, Christopher Lee Hammerhouse horrors, which were really good and enjoyed it. Very Christmassy, good old vampire film. Yeah, good old Claws of Satan or The Virgin Witches. Whoa, that was really good. Watch out on YouTube. Good and pervy. The pagans were peaceful of all, but they, yeah, obviously, you know, they just goes off, get tripping in the woods. Yeah, they're not all fucking doing dodgy shit. They're all good moral human beings with love in their hearts, looking after their kids, looking after their families, and bringing the love. It's only them weird religions that are dictating and telling, you know, pick up the soap, so to speak. David got stabbed. I celebrate solstice dancing around naked on mushrooms. Well, we all do that. Standard. I don't actually go naked. There's no point. I'm on my own. Kathy Bronson. I am a robot polisher. I like robot polisher. I don't know what that is. Oh, yeah. Somebody polishes robotically. Joe, holidays or not, the time of the year when people awaken at Zombieville. Well, yeah, that's another why. Like, I don't like going on public transport because of bus bastards. And I don't go out at Christmas because of Christmas bastards. I ain't doing it. Oh, did you have a nice Christmas? And then I got to start explaining, you know. What, are you a Jehovah's Witness? No. It's just like I can't be bothered. So... Did Santa bring you anything nice, Matt? No. 57. Santa, and that's another thing, isn't it? Telling kids that Santa exists, yeah. By the time they're 7 and they work it out, they're like, you're buying these presents, aren't you? There's no such thing as Santa Claus, is there? They're completely mentally fucked by that one. It's like that. The globe light is Santa Claus light, isn't it? It just leaves you mentally fucked. My parents were lying all this time. I thought there was a red magical being that came through the chimney. I did wonder because we had a gas fire, but my mother said that he can turn himself into mystical gas and then reassembling himself in the room. It's a fat man. It's really strange. Anyway, yeah, why do they call Boxing Day Boxing Day? They never got boxing on the telly. And it's nothing to do with boxes, is it? Boxing Day, I'm going to go and look at my favourite box. Yeah. Although some people have got favourite boxes. I like a good box myself. I've got a little brown box over there. I like old-fashioned boxes. Yeah. I like a good box. Eddie Bravo, you should go. Yeah, Eddie knows me. I'm basically, I love Eddie. He's very awesome. And I would love for him to come and hang around with me. He shouts me now and again, but I'm not actually sure any of them are actually allowed to play with me. Sharon, good to see you. Alpha Billy. So there's that. Ordinary Bearing. Eddie is chilled. Eddie's a fantastic human being. He hasn't been on since he was on InfoWars, and he was rather pissed drinking spirits, I noticed, with David Weiss on InfoWars that time when the movie got released, New World, Old World Order, and on one of the biggest podcasts of conspiracy on earth, His Highness Alex Jones shouted the movie that I was in. I thought, and Eddie hasn't been on there since. He was in a strange mood because David Weiss said, you know, can we just fucking flat smack this fucker, flat smack this fat fuck, and he just said, oh, like joking away. He said, like, oh no, we'll talk about like concave Earth and stuff, just like laughing it off. When, you know, people in the flat Earth, like flat earthers, you know, the prominent ones, you know, we feel really passionately about what we're doing. So it's like, fuck no, you know, this is my chance. So yeah, they didn't really talk about flat Earth. They just concentrated on Tartaria and mud floods, which sent the flat earthers up the fucking lamppost, or a couple in particular, and got really, really upset by it all. So it's all what they do, you see. Donna Hughes. Yes, they like to spin the spinner and tie the knot. Twister can tie you up in a knot. Eddie rules. I love Eddie, and he said, and he loves me. We got serious man love going on. I can't fight him though. I'm not sure I can fight Eddie, so I have to see if we can fight him. Dusky, he's kung fu expert. They can find the Easter Bunny or not. Is that what happened? Did he get crucified? I thought he got born. I got confused and fuck it up. I can't remember which one it was. Anyway, whatever. It was a happy or not happy event anyway. I don't know. So it's good to see you. Oh, the nativity. Yeah, oh, fucking hell, I remember. So basically, they were homeless migrants and they went around knocking on everyone's door and everyone was like, yeah, fuck no. And eventually, they found a garden shed, and they gave birth to the Messiah. Yeah. But unfortunately, every single depiction from Renaissance art, any depictions, show him as very, very affluent. Joseph of Arimathea was a magnate. I mean, he was stinking fucking rich, and he was his uncle. And Jesus was really had a ministry, and you can't have a ministry unless you're stinking fucking rich. So there's that. And Mary was an elite. They were all elite. You don't get to be a king, yeah, if you're born in a fucking stable. Okay, this is just a narrative. Obviously, King Charles was not born in a stable, was he? He was born in a big fuck off palace like kings are born in. Anyway, but I might not know anything. I'm drunk on eggnog, so there's that. I've been drinking too many eggnogs. My eggnog splattered. You Welsh, Cheeser? I'm a little Welsh. Everybody wants a little Welsh in them. Synchronicity. New Year's Eve is a bonfire. I haven't got a bonfire. I haven't got a back garden, but I could go and walk around and do a vlog and watch something going on. Might go out. Might have a pint of Guinness. Somebody give me a super earlier for a pint of Guinness, and I haven't drunk a drop of anything over Christmas or done anything excessive, except I don't want to anymore. How much I've changed. Wow. Years ago, I thought I'd been robbed if I wasn't splatteroonied. But nowadays, I can give a fuck. So, yeah, Jerin caved in since the Antarctic Sun. Yeah, I watched his little livey. It was upsetting some people, isn't it? But, you know, to be honest with you guys, if you're really, really in the camp of doing truth and that, you should have told him to go get fucked like I did. Okay? Because I was asked by Duffy through Campbell, because he want to approach me himself, do I want to go Antarctica? And I was like, fuck off. Which is what we should have said, because this is fucking science. What does it prove? Shit all. All it does is cause inconvenience. They make a load of money out of it. Yeah? Made a load of globe time. Fucking money. Wonderful. Yeah, I really want to fucking do that. No. Yeah, it's just bullshit. It's all about money. And content. And driving the narrative. Look at these gloating fuckers now, the globe travel channels. It drives you nuts. They're cranking up every day trying to rub the fucking salt in the wounds. And none of us actually give a flying fuck. Yeah? Just because the fucking sun goes fucking rounds and rounds in some supposed fucking continent, yeah? That don't mean shit. That's not going to improve anything. Yeah? It's not going to shit curvature out, is it? Anyway, bit of sunshine. Gavin? But that's just me. That's what I would have done, because I don't believe that, you know, fraternizing with the enemy has any good results. Okay, and now they think they haven't got a bad word to say about them. They blow smoke up their fucking ass all day when they've been beating on us and saying the worst things about us for fucking years. I don't get it. Yes, thank you, Charlie. Love you, brother. Charlie's awesome. Charlie is. CQC, been around for a long time. You've been in the truth and the flat earth for at least 10 years, same as myself. Barbara, good to see you. But it's nothing to do with me, and I don't care anyway, to be honest with you. I can't believe I even looked at it or gave it any energy. I can't believe that anybody was interested in watching any of that. Just it means nothing. A waste of fucking money. Anyway, all the starving people in the world, they waste all that. Well, yeah, it could be the fake funk simulator. It could be fucking Las Vegas fucking dome. It could be a whole plethora, second sun, a whole plethora of things. Or the actual fact that all is mind and it's what you see is the perspective, is what you see, okay? It's what your mind wants you to see, okay? The phenomena of the sun coming down on a sunset, okay, and the rays come into your feet to get the exact same perspective, like 20 or 30 miles down, you know, down the beach. How is you seeing the same perspective 30 miles down? Sort of things that this is subjective reality and it's what you think it is. And that is just another aspect they deny what we are. The way we perceive reality and consciousness. So all of that spiritual aspect has been taken the fuck right out of this materialistic weird shit that they just pulled. Yeah, it don't tally with me. Yeah, and I don't trust it as far as I can throw it. I don't want to think badly of Jerry or anything. He's come back. He's got to face himself. But I'm telling you what, you know, if you're going to be fucking with the dark side, there's consequences for everything in this realm, guys. And if you fuck with them, that's going to bite you in the ass later on. That's all I can say. And I'd hate to think of it. He's a family man, got kids and everything. And that's probably why he done that shit anyway. Don't you think? Happy retirement. YouTube's going on its ass. There's not many prospects for a young man in this day and age. It makes perfect sense that he would do that. But to defend them to that level, yeah, that's just something hard for me to stomach. But I'm just passing through. It's nothing to do with me. But yeah, there's 100. Yeah. What? Yeah, but Google's saying 19 hours, you know, and Jerry missed half of it. He went to fucking bed, didn't he? And left it to them to trust for that footage, yeah? He said he went behind a hill. I didn't know he had never fucking sat behind that hill for a bit to come back up. It doesn't even matter. Yeah, anyway, that doesn't dictate anything on the ground, yeah? You've got a fucking snooker table and this whole fucking celestial bodies of circles on the table. That doesn't dictate that the table's fucking round, does it? Yeah, and to be honest with you, yeah, all these fuckers ever do, right? Yeah, and I've noticed this. Achilles heels for flat earthers. So 24-hour circling sun, that's always been one, right? Okay, so they've done that. The eclipse, they like to bang on about that as well. So any Achilles heels for the flat earthers are always celestial related. Yeah, and that has no reference on the, you know, the ground, so the topography we stand on. None. So there's that. Just to line a load of businessmen, and they ridicule other human beings for thinking for themselves. And you think there's not consequences? I wouldn't even worry about it, guys. I wouldn't even think about it, because in the fullness of time, all will become apparent with what's going on with that as well. It's all been Ironworks last night was brilliant. I listened to a bit of Josh and Josh and Walt last night, and Zach tearing this psyop apart. Well, I listened to Marty Leeds. He had some good points. Do love Marty. We're the two best Martys in flat Earth. Marty Leeds. And I like to see. I like, he's been around forever, haven't he? So he was posted everywhere. Max Sargent posted that as well. He had some excellent points actually made about the spiritual aspect of this as well. I really, really liked. And the deeper meaning to what it means to us, especially on this path of, what we've been doing here in the flat earth for so long now, guys, we've had it all come at us. We've had these movies, Beyond the Curve, and fucking people, even Mark making daft adverts that just ridiculed, actually, I think that the moon is a psyop or fake, just for take the piss. And there's been endless amounts of these attacks and just piss taking. I like that we're just stupid and that sort of mentality when, the opposite is apparent. And they'll always use the Achilles heels. Any of this tangible evidence, like getting balloons up there or a real mile-long ruler, lasers, not really the way to go, actually. But there are ways to test stuff, guys, that they didn't really. Tons cheaper. I could get a fucking proper drone up for just a few grand. Never mind fucking what turns out to be probably somewhere in the region of $500,000 fucking dollars. Out of apparently some fucking pastor's back pocket. I fucking doubt that very much. So yeah, I didn't trust any of it. So I've watched it 100 times. I've heard their aspect. I've heard Jaren, and I haven't heard Whitsit. He hasn't come live yet. I've heard listening to Nathan and other people, and nobody could make any sense of it. Just something's just really off, and it doesn't ring true. And we're not fools. We can't pull the wool over our eyes just like that. We're not fucking stupid. And just such dishonest people as people like Toon, for example, who's really unpleasant to people. He's not kind in the slightest. In fact, none of these people are kind, guys. Yeah? What it is to be a flat earther is to be a kind and loving human being. Yeah? That is the bottom line with this, guys. Always be kind. And all of those fuckers in Antarctica, all of them, they weren't being kind. Okay? They were thinking of their fucking selves when there's millions of people invested in this spiritually. Do you see what I mean? It's not a good thing. I wouldn't have gone down that road. But like I said, I got no control in what happens in the wider echelons of flat earth. They all look out for one another. They all look after one another. I'm sure they'll be absolutely smashing. Angela Woodhouse, enjoy your journey. I've had a few meltdowns as well. Karen, I love Karen, and she had a little meltdown in defense of it all when, it's just been so much nastiness and hatefulness going on. Can't even believe it, actually, that bit. What do you say, Robin? I say Martin and Campbell are the best reps for flat earth. Well, I don't preach flat earth, and I don't go on about it. I just talk about things from a flat earth perspective. But I ain't making the claims, and I ain't defending the claims either, and I ain't debating, because I'd have to give a fuck first. I just go with what I can see, what I think is going on. NASA are lying about everything, all of the space agencies, obviously. There was a Christmas video that came out on Facebook. I nearly pissed myself laughing. They had that woman who looks like the Wicked Witch of the fucking West, and all of these fat blobs who are supposed to be astronauts, and nobody pulls it. It's all completely normal. Square fucking shirts like this. So they're going like this. Because everyone's got naturally square fucking shoulders and arms. It's like nobody's even saying, well, they're harnesses. And they always got them tucked in. Yeah, it's obvious that the IFS ain't happening. Obvious to anybody. And they do it on purpose. Yeah? They want you to see that it's bullshit. They want you to see that it's so real it looks fake. Yeah? They want you to do that. So, but, bottom line is, Jerry, whether he is a, flat earther anymore or not, I've never known anyone to, except for Renty, once you're flat, you cannot go back. And if he is gone back to, thinking those thoughts, I would be incredibly surprised. And it is a non-existent thing that happens. Nobody actually does that. Yeah, unless there's money involved. So yeah, that's heartbreaking. But I wish him all the very best, and his missus and his family and all of them. And I still think a lot of them, even though I'm not happy with the way things went down. And they aren't on the ISS. It came back a few months ago. Yeah, I know they're Cosmos. They did that rescue mission thingy. But they did a Christmas thing, so they must have done it before they fucked off and got rescued, apparently. And they all had square shirts on because they wear square shirts. But yeah, I know I don't. If you want to believe the ISS is up there, knock yourself out. I don't even actually give a fuck. I'm just talking about, this is my channel, so I talk about what I think, and I just don't think any of that is happening. And I think they want you to think that it's not happening either, because it is something that a child can pick apart. This is really simple stuff, guys. This is just like, this ain't happening. So they're lying about space. They can't take a photograph of Earth because they can't get high enough. Why is that? Oh no, they tell you they can't take a photograph. They got to do it in ribbons, and they got to splice it all together because they can't get up high enough. They tell you, so they can't take a photograph. There's that, and 100 other things in this realm that make no sense. And plus, I'm never going to see a globe, and I'm never going to go to space. So there's that as well. Yes, ISS hairspray, Nether Wormington. It's nuts, isn't it? Yeah, you wouldn't have long, spunky hair in space. You would have it tied back like you were cooking food in a cafe. Yeah, they'd splatter water around with computers everywhere. That's imminent death. Yeah, they're not even worried about dying. Like a micrometeor busting through the fuselage, sucking all their brains out of a tiny little hole like that. They're not actually worried about. They play stupid shit. They play guitars and play silly games and stuff. So there's that. And to be honest with you, I don't think that the actual normal person, the people of this world, give a fuck about what they're doing. They can go and fuck off with their space toys and their rockets and their SpaceX and all of that. It's all just bullshit. Let them fuck off and do it. I don't even care. Let them. Okay? As long as people don't actually tell me and come to me and say that was fucking brilliant, I don't actually give a fuck. That's just me. Was pubes on soap as serious on Earth? Imagine on space computers. Now listen to this, right? When they had an astronaut, when Max Sargent was on Breakfast Telly with Horny Willoughby and We Don't Cue Philip Schofield back in the day, they literally had an astronaut on their Terry Vetch, and he came on and Mac wished him happy birthday like he already knew. Weird. Anyway, and they asked him what was his most scary experience in space, and he said losing his socks. And they're all ex-military, they're all Freemasonic, and they've all signed the Official Secrets Act. Right, whatever. Thanks for being me. Well, I can't be anything else, Heather, but thank you for that. I really do appreciate that. I got a 20 super off Heather Wood there. Thank you so much, lovely. It's really nice of you. Well, I don't know why nothing's highlighted on that computer over there. It's really weird. But thank you for being here. We are literally going on for, 3.5 hours in. Where's the fucking time go? It's like I just started. I haven't even presented half my stuff yet. Hope the microphone was all good this week. No weird staticky. I noticed it's not only me this week. I've seen about 2 or 3 vlogs this week where the same static was happening. I noticed, what show was it? Well, David Weiss was on something, and he got exactly the same static as me at the start. I'm wondering if you just talk about Antarctica, you get static. I don't know. Anyway, like I said, on with the show. Apparently, what's that? Hugo Boss was the designers of the Nazi regime. Yeah, Hugo Boss did design the SS and Nazi uniforms, and although they are camp, he fucking smashed it. Let's be honest. The Nazi uniforms were amazing compared to the British soldiers and everything, weren't they? They had all like bits on them and shit, shiny bits and skulls, proper heavy metal and all. Never Wormington, thank you for your contribution to commentage. I like measuring a light bulb to see where the floor is. Mental. Be a guy, what you saying? To get the radius, well, the radius, the R hasn't actually been measured. So this is another thing that null and voids their model, is because they haven't actually put a big fuck off tape measure on the equator, have they? Radius hasn't actually physically been measured. It's just a mathematical calculation, what they say the size of the ball is. Anyway, so they base all of their calculations on the R radius and their calculation for it, even though it's never been measured. So it should be void at the very beginning on pseudoscience and made-up calculations, wouldn't you think? I'm just saying. Anyway, space fake. Celestial navigation requires a flat horizon. Indeed, it does. Be a guy. There's 1,000 things like that, but they just can't even be bothered arguing with them. I lose my temper with them. I just can't be bothered. They don't listen. I'd like for that. Right, Professor Dave. Yeah, Professor Dave. Get me on your channel. Yeah, I bet you would be able to cope with me. Try fucking doing to me what you do to other people. Yeah, instead of asking the questions, maybe I'll get to ask a few fucking questions. See if you know any of the answers without your script. See how that goes down. Linda, that monkey probably walked the dog they sent up earlier. I don't know what that means, Linda. I think it's something to do with one of my pictures. Let's scroll down. Okay. Dogs are guardians of God. And I believe that is true. I was going to actually say that, original bearing. I think they are. I think they're watching us for God. Or gods. They're lovely. They're really cool dogs, aren't they? And they're already got all the information. They're already there, you know. Loves dogs. Brilliant. Cats too. Yeah, I don't want to argue. I don't do that arguing or rowing thing in life, or any of it, actually, Marianne. Just can't be bothered. Yes, Fongsy. It's one big show. Thank you for being here. And thank you, Dan, for being here as well. Thank you for Synchronicity as well. And Cheryl Bailey, Fab Cheryl Bailey. And Fandigo, good to see you. £5 pen, thanks. And Martin, why are your lips purple? Blood? I don't know. Are they purple? I don't know. It's just the colour on my lips. Have I been drinking wine? No, I've been drinking coffee. Well, anyway, thanks for that personal observation of my lips. Stop looking at my lips anyway. I feel my lips now. Synchronicity, sure. Santos' new channel is called Synchronicity. Santos is still about. He's still doing his thing, as you know. I think it is Synchronicity, something or other. He's not shouting as much either. He's doing stuff, so it's good. 17. Much love, Houston. Love Houston. Dogs and cats are guardians. Okay, we're going to leave it at that. Make sure to subscribe to this channel. I'm going to try and come back for a New Year's event with Cam. I'll try and get some guests over. I got purple lips. Purple lips. Purple lips. I bet I'm not the only one here with purple lips. Ooh. Anyway. Purple lips. Purple lips. I never want to see purple lips again. Okay. The real lyrics are purple vein. Purple vein. Okay, I'll stop that. Okay. Cheryl's channel, front row seat. Get over there. Take a listen. Really want to know what's beyond the North Pole. Okay, well, we'll just think about what's there, and that will what be there, because that's how our minds work. Okay, we're literally super connected psychic beings. Okay, we can know what's happened. We can just remote view that shit. Okay. Yeah, I hope you all had fun in chat. I hope you all had a giggle. I hope you enjoyed all the things I talked about. I can't really remember right now. Okay. Oh yeah, we did a bit of people selling their souls. Seems to happen a lot in this reality. Is it a reality that there's a dude that turns up? I'm not so sure. I think it's about us. It's always about us. Because it's all us. I got beautiful lips, Donna Marie. Thank you. Thank you. I am fluffy. Thank you. Thank you for that. Floofy. Soft and floofy. Anyway. Joe, good to see you, Dusky, and everybody. Have a great weekend, and don't drink too much if I was you, but it's up to you. I wouldn't. Thank you. And Dirk, good to see you as well. Yeah, make sure to subscribe if you don't mind, and like this video if you did. Share it out. I'm sure it's shareable. Thank you. And I will come back in the new year and look forward to all the new groovy things that are happening in 2025, which is awesome. Okay. Let the rest of the world dread 2025. I'm just going to be excited for it. Can't wait for it to come. Thank you, Fandango. ABBA wrote a song about that, didn't they? Fandango. Angela. Tommy. My lips are purple. Black and blue again. Lost another argument last night. Oh, Tommy, what are we going to do with you? Anyway, it's a sign of superpowers. Okay? Kung Fu got purple lips. Liam Neeson got purple lips. Okay. It's Liam Neeson season. Rupert twins. I have decided that the flat Earth experiment really happened in Antarctica, or a huge stage. Rupert, I don't want to fucking think that these people are given like any credence. They're not credible for me to acknowledge anything that they do. None of them. Don't know them and I don't trust them. Fucking help yourself, trust what you want. But these people, it's them. And I ain't into it. Super excited for 2025. Woohoo! Ranger, you super excited? Oh, sorry, Ranger. That wasn't. We're gonna have a super excited. Oh, bollocks. Oh, likes a giggle, innit? And it's a yeehaw. And it's a. No, it's not. Oh, shit. Oh, fucking hell. Oh. Anyway, be gone. I'm going to be gone. No, don't drink wine. Flat earthers are fun people. Yes, they are fun people. Thank you for noticing that. We are fun people. We're more fun than your average people. We're all pretty much the same types as well. You know, good, loving, easygoing, caring. Caring for our brothers and sisters, people. That's what we do. We watch them fuckers like a hook. Cut it up when we see it. Our brains are magnets. We are magnets, Katie, and we got human magnetism. I keep magnets in my pockets. I was going to say my underpants. Sharon, are you looking to seeing you in the new year? Yes, you are. You're looking forward to it. Okay, I gotta go because I'm getting delirious from. That's what my lips are going purple from. All the lack of oxygen to my brain. I'm talking. This is non-33 orange juice. Okay, this is not Illuminati orange juice. This is completely passive. As I explained, I never got to 33. I went straight from 32 to 34. So there's that. Okay. Anyway, stay up, Nick. I gotta go. Happy holidays, happy everything, and thank you, Jamie. You loves me bunches. Love you all too. You're all fantastic people, and really enjoyed your company tonight. It's been really brilliant. And there's been so many of you. Still 500 of you. Wow. 550. Thank you for being here, guys. Be sure to subscribe. Make sure to do all those groovy things. And I got thumb drives as well. Thumb drives. 60,000 juicy images. Dun, dun, dun. And 7,500 books. But I'm going to do mega packs soon as my 128 gigabyte thumb drives turn out. New year. Peace out. See you soon.